RedHawks, and it is Game 2 for the Miles Wolff Cup, the American Association Finals. Good afternoon from southeastern Wisconsin. I'm Brad Anderson, in for Jack Michaels. Jack, sure resting at home after a trip and a successful one, the University of North Dakota, with a win over Northern Arizona in the final minutes yesterday in the gridiron, as the Fighting Hawks will get back into conference play next weekend against Southern Illinois. Left-hander Ben Holmes taking his warm-up tosses, starting lineups and batting orders presented by manager Chris Coast and Anthony Renz and the Fargo Moorhead RedHawks. The RedHawks open the red jerseys today. Will provide some good luck here as the RedHawks, the number 2 seed behind Kansas City, West Division, 60-plus wins on the year. Same starting lineup as we saw on Saturday, leading off with second baseman Peter Maris, batting second, the designated hitter Drew Ward, batting third base Leo Pena, batting fourth, right fielder John Silviano, batting fifth, at first base Manny Boscan, batting sixth, the left fielder Alec Olin, batting seventh, 2 hits last night, and a walk for Evan Alexander. He's in center field, batting eighth will be the shortstop Sam Dexter, and batting ninth and catching will be Christian Correa. Ben Holmes taking his warm-up tosses defensively for the Milkmen. No changes there either for this one today. It'll be Victor Sanchez behind the plate. Defensively, Logan Trowbridge at third. Jeremiah Burks at shortstop. Miguel Gomez at second base and Will Kenger at first. Outfield from left to right, Aaron Hill, Brian Torres, and Carl Chester. Numbers here for Holmes. We mentioned 11 starts, actually 11 appearances, 4 starts during the regular season. He has not faced the RedHawks this year. We highlighted last night these teams have not met since early June, so there's familiarity, but there's not once we get to this championship series. Holmes made a start September 5th at the end of the regular season. A no decision with 5 innings, gave up 8 hits in 4 runs, 6-4 win over Gary Sashore at the final 2 outs in a 5-2 win over Cleburne. Pick up a save in game 1 of that series on Monday night. And then you look at what Milwaukee has done in games that they have won. They surrendered just 3 runs in the 2 games against the Cleburne Railroaders and held a high-powered Fargo Moorhead offense for just 1 run and 8 hits last night. Got out when they had to. Peter Maris will step in here for the Fargo Moorhead RedHawks as we will get things going a little bit closer to schedule. Probably about 1:05 here on the first pitch as Maris steps in. RedHawks in the cherry red jerseys today, white lettering and numerals, gray pants. Milwaukee in the white pinstripe jerseys. Maris 1 for 4, led off the game with a single last night. Lefty to lefty matchup here. Lefty Holmes winds and deals. First pitch is a strike, and it is 0-1. 0-1 the count. Pitch. It is a ball, and that makes it a 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1-1. He's set, and the pitch is slapped foul off to the left and out of play, and it is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Get the lead first, try to scratch things off first is what I think both teams are looking for, but especially the RedHawks. That's been the recipe. If you can get that lead early, no better example than Game 3 against Kansas City. Get the lead and see if you can get enough pitching to get it done. Foul out of play, and it is a ball and 2 strikes to count. 3:30 down each line. Ballpark plays pretty fair. Not quite as breezy as we saw last night. The flags pointing out more towards deep left center and straightaway center, where last night it was more kind of left to left center field. And the pitch. Got it. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. Changing speeds on that one and picks up a strikeout. One away here at the top of the first inning. One down, that'll bring up Drew Ward. Ward 0 for 4 last night and fighting it a little bit at the plate. 200 here in the postseason, actually down to 143 with his postseason average. Morris, a guy that's gotten as high, or Holmes, excuse me, a guy that's gotten as high as AAA. He's in the Cubs organization 4 times. He's drafted by the Marlins in 2014. The delivery is outside in ball 1. 4-0 his time with the Milkmen as a couple of those wins as a starter, one as a reliever. He won 3 in a row to stretch from late July to August. Batting 8th, the right fielder Carl Chester, and batting 9th will be the shortstop Jeremiah Burks. Defensively for the RedHawks, no changes from last night. Christian Correa behind the plate to catch Feldman. Around the infield, Leo Pena is at third, Sam Dexter at shortstop, Peter Maris is at second, Matty Moscott at first in the outfield, Poland in left, Alexander in center, John Silviano is in right field. So it'll be Brian Torres to lead things off here for the Milwaukee Milkmen. Torres last night 1 for 5 and a run scored. Really got good production from the 7, 8, 9 batters in the order did the Milkmen last night between Sanchez, Chester, and Burks. A combined 4 hits, 2 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored. That cannot be ignored. Feldman sets and deals, showing bunt as Torres called strike, and 0-1. Mayhew Edwards calling balls and strikes. Clay Park is at first. Jeff Head, second baseman umpire. J.J. January, who had the balls and strikes last night, is over at third base this afternoon. And the delivery, it is outside. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 84 in that last delivery from Feldman. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Set and the pitch. Fly down the left field line. Long run chasing Olin. Can he get there? Does he have room? And he makes the catch. Got blocked out of our view as it goes deep into that left field corner. We're not able to see, but umpire signal he's got it. Made the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. So 1 away. That will bring up Logan Trowbridge. Homered last night. Homer in the first inning. Trowbridge 1 for 5. That solo homer. A line drive homer that just cleared the wall in left field. Third baseman. Veteran third baseman digs in. Trowbridge at 3:04 here in the postseason. The delivery is a strike, 0-1. They'll shade him deep, in particular Olin in left and Evan Alexander very deep out in center. Feldman sets and deals. It is a strike, 0-1. Feldman had a stretch. He lost 3 straight appearances from August 1st, or 21st to September 1st. 6-0 loss at Chicago. 5 innings, went 3 1/3, and they lost to Winnipeg 14-7, part of a doubleheader on August 27th. Trowbridge fouls it away off to the right and out of play. Still in the hole at 2 strikes. Good fastball from Davis there at 95 miles an hour. Longest outing this year, recently, July 30th at Lincoln, went 7 innings, a 3-2 win, got a no decision in that one. Season high 10 strikeouts in that matchup. You can use as a starter or a reliever. In the delivery, here's a swing and a little looper out to second. Half a leap there by Maris, and Peter makes the catch. Is kind of right off the end of the bat, had him out in front at 83, and a little pop-up caught there for out number 2. 2 away in the Milkmen half of the first. Will Kenger, first baseman, and a big 2-run single last night in that victory as he delivered a base hit there. 2-run hit in the 4th inning. And the pitch. The delivery is down low for ball 1. Kenger digs in. And the pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away, and quickly it is 2 strikes to count. Not a pronounced shift, but a shift nonetheless out there for the batter Kenger. Pena almost in the shortstop hole. Dexter plays kind of to the left of second behind the bag. And the pitch. It is low and inside. And it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count. Scoreless game here at the bottom of the first inning. Game 2 of the American Association Championship for the Miles Wolff Cup here. Franklin Field in Milwaukee. Here's the pitch. Fastball missed low at 94. Tried to miss going down and in, and it's now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. Keon Barnum is on deck. Maris into shallow right, couple of steps. Now the outfield turf, if you will, in the delivery. Swing, that's a drive into left center field. Coming on Alexander, and he'll drop it for a base hit. Charging into that one and then backed off on it, knowing he wasn't going to get to that ball, and Kenger dumps a single in for his second hit. He is now 2 for 5 here in the championship series, and they'll give Keon Barnum a shot here with 2 out. Barnum last night 2 for 5 in an opposite field double. He beat the shift a couple of times, a single through it in the first inning, and then went to the opposite field to the left field corner for a double. That came late in the ball game. One home run for Barnum here in the postseason, 182. 4 for 22 here in the postseason for the big left-hander. The shift is on, 3 to the right of second, and Pena just a few steps to the left of second base from third. Flip foul. That one, hey, nice catch over there. A few rows up, but 2-3 rows up over the Milwaukee dugout third base side. And 1 strike. As Maris and Dexter both into shallow right field. It's almost like a triangle out there with Dexter and Maris, and then Silviano fairly deep out and right. Feldman steps off. If you try to pitch away on Barnum, he can do what he did last night, where he tries to maybe flip a ball to left as Oland well into left center field, just maybe 2-3 steps in front of the track in the delivery. And to pitch him away and miss low and away at 84 from Feldman. A ball makes it 1-1 the count. Milwaukee played solid game last night. Great pitching. They got 6 shutout innings from their starter last night, A.J. Schugel, but getting those 2 in the first, that made a big difference. Strike of the knees. Maybe just a hair below at 93 from Feldman, 1-2, but getting out to that early lead. It looked like McGovern had settled down and kind of nickeled and dimed him and low to the bases in the fourth before Kenger's hit and an error as well. They got 3 runs on that play, and it was 5-0, and they added on some more, and that was 7 was more than enough. But lead off at first. Kenger's running, got a good jump, pitches outside. Correa's throw to second, not nearly in time, as stolen base for Kenger. Got a good jump as he kind of got a running start. Correa's throw on target, but late. Stolen base there, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Feldman at 16 pitches here in the inning, and I don't know if he's really on a pitch limit or not. I would say ideally if he can get him through 5, anything after that might be gravy. Target to the outside corner from Correa. The delivery got him. Swing and a miss. Went up the ladder at 94 and struck him out. So nice job there by Feldman. They strand the potential first run of the game in scoring position. That'll do it here for Milwaukee in the first, as the Milkmen no runs and a hit, no errors, and 1 stranded. As we're through 1 in the Miles Wolff Cup Game 2 of the American Association Finals. RedHawks in Milwaukee. No score. We're back in a moment. It's RedHawks playoff baseball. Scoreless as we head to the top of the second inning. Just looking at the contest, they have two contestants. They kind of stand not quite straight up, but they've kind of got their arms out, fold in front of them, and they're tossing hula hoops to see if they can fill it up and drop it in between. And I think the gentleman on the right in the Brewers t-shirt, I think, was victorious there. But it would be hard to sit still like that. You know, you've got projectiles coming at you. Scoreless here as we go to the top of the second inning as Holmes set down the RedHawks in order. And we'll see as Holmes, the guy, is going to change speeds. Might, again, top out. We saw that fastball reach about 91 in the first inning. And going to have to try and change speeds, and see if the RedHawks hitters can kind of get their timing back on this one. Game 3 will be Tuesday night. Newman Outdoor Field, 6:30 on the first pitch, 6:10 pregame. For folks in Fargo Moorhead, 740 The Fan, 740thefan.com. Jack Michaels will have the call for you for that matchup. RedHawks will bring up Silviano, Boscan, and Oland here in the top of inning number 2 here from Milwaukee. John Silviano, a pair of hits last night. Well, the last gasp for the RedHawks came in the 8th. A double from Pena, and then Silviano, it's an infield hit on the third base line. They put first and third down 7-1, and Boscan wrapped into a double play. And the last gasp offensively for Fargo Moorhead as they had some chances, especially in the 5th, the 7th, and 8th, and mustered up a run. Silviano takes a strike, 0-1. 417 of the postseason for John Silviano. 10 hits, 2 homers, and 8 runs batted in. OPS and slugging is up over 1,200 here in the postseason. The delivery, there's a line drive, and a base hit to right center field, just out of the reach of second baseman Gomez. Another hit for Silviano. Good start here in the second for Fargo Moorhead, just out of the reach. Gomez leaping up and shallow right and couldn't get it. Leadoff single here for Fargo Moorhead in the top of the second. He had 8 hits last night. There's the first one this evening, and here's Matty Boscan. 6 of 25 for Matty in the postseason. 2 home runs, 5 driven in, 0 for 4 last night. And weather-wise, you really couldn't have asked for much better weather. 2 nights in Fargo and actually Monday as well were pleasant night. Looks to be a decent night for Tuesday as well. Boscan, ground ball to the right side. Kinger spins on to second for 1. Flip on to first, pitcher covering and not in time. So they get the lead base runner. Boscan will take over for Silviano at first. 3-6 the scoring play for the first out. That'll bring up Alec Oland. Oland at 304, 7 hits in the postseason for Fargo Moorhead. A homer, it came against Winnipeg. Game 2 of the first round series. He has knocked in 3. Oland 1 for 3 last night. He and Alexander pulled off a double steal. Actually, he was out trying to steal. Alexander and Dexter pulled off the double steal midway through the game last night. Oland had a base hit in the second, was out trying to steal the second. He swings and misses here for strike 1. 89 on that fastball out of the zone from Holmes. And 1-0 the count. Outfield medium deep throughout. Double played up the middle with Burks and Gomez. Set of the pitch. Swing, little looper, center field, charging hard is Torres, coming on, can't get it. Drops in for a base hit. Boscan will check in at second. He tried to deke the base runner thinking he was going to catch it, put his glove up, but right off the end of the bat, and that ball dropping in for a base hit. Boscan checks in at second, so Alec Oland dumps a single to center for a 1-out single. First and second, and 1 away for Evan Alexander. 2 hits last night, a single, a double, and a walk. Went 2 for 3. Had a double late for Fargo Moorhead. Continues to swing it well. 381 here in the postseason with 8 hits and 2 runs batted in. Set from the lefty and delivers a strike on the outside corner at 85. Pitch number 21 for the left-hander, and it's 0-1. Sunshine starting to return here at Franklin Field. The 0-1 pitch. Late swing. Chops one wide of third and foul and 2 strikes. Hey, more inside at 90 and a fastball and a late cut. That had the look of an emergency hack from Alexander. And now in the hole at 2 strikes. Anthony Renz over in the third base coaching box for Fargo-Moorhead. Chris Coast in the dugout, the World Series champion, former big leaguer Chris Coast. Two-strike pitch. Fastball up and in. 90 on that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alexander. Guy like Alexander solidified things in the outfield. Has really proven to be a clutch hitter. Look at guys like him and Oland. Dexter as well. Provide a little speed in the lineup as well for Fargo-Moorhead. They've really got a good mix of some guys with some power. The Wards and Silvianos. Peter Maris among others. Inside, check swing. He did not go, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. You'd like to see that, especially with power and the home run so prevalent in today's game, that there's still a need for moving guys over, getting from first to third on a base hit. Speed can always make a difference in this game, and Alexander certainly provides that for Fargo-Moorhead. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 out of the second. Here's a swing and a ground ball to the right side. Kenger to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Nobody covering first, and Alexander gets down the line well. They jammed him just enough. To third goes Boscan. They take care of Oland for the second out. Be runners on the corners, 2 down. That'll bring up Sam Dexter. Sam 1 for 4 last night, 154 here in the postseason. With 1 run batted in. 4 for 26 now for Dexter in the postseason, but a base hit here would certainly do the trick. Lone hit, or lone RBI came in Game 2 against Kansas City. 8th inning single gave the RedHawks the lead for good, and a come from behind 8-5 win. And if there's been a turning point in the postseason to this point, that was probably it. Middle of Game 2, down 3-1. Boscan homered to tie it. Tied again after 7. Dexter base hit. Gave him the lead. Added 2 more on, and never trailed against Kansas City in Game 3. And see if Dexter can provide maybe another turning point here as the RedHawks look to strike first and grab their first lead here of the Miles Wolff Cup. First and third, 2 down. Lead delivery is a strike. Changing speeds at 81. Off-speed delivery. And it's 0-1. We'll hold on with Alexander at first, opening things up on the right side. Boscan edges off of third from foul ground. Pitches up and into the zone, 1-1 the count. Reached 80 degrees. Could get up to 82 today here in Franklin, but 80 degrees. A little bit of a breeze. Comfortable late summer, early fall afternoon as Dexter pops one up foul. That one goes up and out of play. And 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dexter with Correa on deck. A couple of hits in the inning for Fargo-Moorhead as they look to strike first. Scoreless game at the top of the second. Fargo-Moorhead 4-2 in the season series, losing 2 of 3 in early June here in Milwaukee. Swept early in the season against the Milkmen in late May. So from that standpoint, Chris Coast talked about that last night of the pregame. It does feel more like a championship series in the fact that it's an opponent you haven't seen in quite a while. For the same thing for the Milkmen, they get their share of Chicago and maybe to a lesser extent Cleburne, as Cleburne pulled off a mild upset of the first round. But you can see a lot of the Dogs who they took care of. 2 out of 3 winning in Chicago in the third and final game. Pitch just missed inside. Trying to pound that strike zone just in under his armpits, and 2-2 to Dexter. Key pitch to try and get here. If you don't get him, go to a full count. Traveling time perhaps for Alexander. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The lefty Holmes throws to first, and Alexander getting a modest lead over there and back in time. The odds of him going on 2-2 probably not good, because if that pitch is a ball, he's going to go anyway with 2 outs. Potentially a full count. Dexter chokes up. And the delivery. Sam pops one up here. Might be playable. Tossing away the mask is Sanchez. He has room, and a foul ball catch behind home plate to retire the side. Got him out in front just enough, and Dexter pops it up. The RedHawks turned away here in the top of the second inning. Fargo-Moorhead, no runs and a pair of hits, no errors, and 2 stranded. Inning and a half complete. The Miles Wolff Cup Game 2 of the American Association Final. No score with the RedHawks and the Milkmen here in Milwaukee. We'll be right back. Scoreless after an inning and a half of play. Game 2 of the American Association Championship Series, as nice job with the lefty Holmes stranding a pair of runners on, as Davis Feldman had a strong first with a strikeout of Barnum, leaving Kendron at second. Milwaukee will bring up Gomez, Hill, and Sanchez as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. A little bit on the left-hander Holmes, veteran guy, 30-year-old right-hander, 4-0, but not as far as AAA. Was with AAA with the Iowa Cubs. Pitched just 9 2/3 innings, but a couple of appearances there. And take a look at his numbers coming in. But guy's been in AAA, Oklahoma City, and the Dodgers organization in 2019. Did not pitch at all in 2020. Of course, no at least affiliated minor league baseball. He did have an abbreviated season here in the American Association. I can think about how far we've come since then 2 years ago, and just some teams that were able to make it work, able to have a team for a little over half a season. Milwaukee won that abbreviated title. Miguel Gomez to lead things off. He has been outstanding here in this postseason. Gomez hitting at .364. He is 2 for 5, was 2 for 5 last night with a run scored and a run batted in. 3 homers here in the postseason. 2 came at Cleburne. Game 1 of that series, he has knocked in 8. Left-handed hitting second baseman to face Feldman. 17 pitches in the first for Davis, and a strike, nothing in 1. No score here in the bottom of the second. Kind of going back to the playoff format. We asked Chris Coast about that in the pregame, how he liked it. I think overall pretty good. Ground ball to the right side. Boscan over. Flip to Feldman covering. And Davis gets to the bag and in time for out number 1. Flip just behind Feldman, but able to recover and make about a hip-high catch for out number 1. Gomez retired. 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 2. And that'll bring up the left fielder Aaron Hill. Hill 0 for 2 last night. Fighting it here in the postseason, hitting at .059, just 1 hit here in the postseason for Hill. Hill, 27 years of age. Digs in here for the Milkman of the delivery. Here's a swing and a ground ball through the hole, base hit. Past Dexter on the left side, a leadoff single. So a leadoff single for Aaron Hill. The Milkmen have their second hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up catcher Hector Sanchez. Sanchez 1 for 2, runs scored last night, 211 here in the postseason. We highlighted it earlier.
really can't discount it or forget about it, but that bottom of the order really got it done for Milwaukee last night. Combined 4 hits, 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Chip it in. Talk about the postseason, it takes a village. Feldman, they'll set up a double play depth. Pena more in the hole toward shortstop. The delivery. Fastball, good one. Outside corner, strike one at 92. Catching the outer half from Feldman. And not quite as breezy as last night. Flags moving just gently out in left center field. The wind did settle down a little bit last night, but a little breezy to start as the wind was blowing out to left or left center, but I really don't think it had a factor in the game much. No threat of rain today. Is a few raindrops last night, but nothing that affected play or halted the game. Good lead off of first by Hill. Boscan holds on with him. Slide step, Feldman deals. It is outside at 91. Right then. Bury one to the outside corner again, and it's 1-1. I know Chris Coast has talked about this, but there's points in a baseball game. You maybe look at the highlights, the big hits and such, but there's little things here and there. And even those 2 in the 5th that Milwaukee got last night after the big hit from Kinger, but that's a production from the bottom of the order that certainly key in adding on. Outside, and it's 2-1. And trying to stay away from Sanchez. Changing speeds there, 82 from Davis Feldman. Kind of get the feeling once we get maybe from the 6th inning on, this is a good shot. This will be a bullpen game. Fargo-Moorhead used 5 pitchers, used 4 relievers after McGovern last night. Long pause by Feldman and Deal. Swing off the end of the bat. Fly ball center field. Long run for Alexander. Has it measured and makes a cap-eye catch. Round number 2. 2 down. That'll bring up Carl Chester. Chester 1 for 4. RBI and a run scored last night. Knocked in a run and a ground ball back to the pitcher. Chester at 143. 3 for 21 of the postseason with 1 run batted in. Slightly open stance. And casual flip to first and the runner back. And you wonder maybe with 2 out. We saw the Milkmen put Kinger in motion with 2 out. Got him to second. And they would try to put Hill in motion here with 2 out. Runner at first. Scoreless game to the bottom of the 2nd. And a throw back to first and the runner back in time. Peyton Wigginton scheduled to go for Fargo-Moorhead in Game 3. Ryan Zimmerman for Milwaukee, the scheduled starter on Tuesday night. And the delivery. Breaking pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Breaking pitch at 81 from Davis Feldman. Tyler Grauer, if we do need a Game 4, more than likely Tyler Grauer would go for Fargo-Moorhead. Here's a set, the pitch. Jammed up, a pop-up down the right field line. Long run, Boscan. Maris chasing. This could be trouble, and it is caught by Silviano. Did he hang on? He and Maris collide. And the catch is made by John Silviano for the out, but let's check on John and also Peter Maris. On a drive down the right field line into the corner, Maris and Silviano over. Maris trying to get to that ball. Silviano and Maris collide. Silviano did make the catch for the 3rd out, but he and Maris went down. Peter went down first, and then Silviano, I believe, has popped up. Silviano down, but they are attending to Peter Maris right now. As that one flipped down the right field line, and really it was Maris and Silviano. Silviano charging hard, coming in from deep right center field, trying to get to that ball. Maris there as well. Maris looked like he was going to get there. Silviano raced in front of him. They collided. Peter Maris went down, and Silviano did make the catch in foul ground for the third out. The inning is over, and they've got Peter not quite up to his feet. He was down, and they've kind of got the upper body up right now, and they're going to help him up. So, or if it's he, or is it Silviano over there? It might be John Silviano, actually. So, like it's John that went down. Looked like Maris took the brunt of the collision at first, and looks like everybody is up to their feet, and it is John Silviano, and he is up and off on his own power, but shaken but not stirred. Thankfully and hopefully both those guys are okay, both Maris and Silviano, as they've got both up to their feet, and of course it was down near the bullpen as well, so they got some help from the guys in the bullpen, training staff there as well, and hopefully Maris and Silviano are okay. Team trainer Tom Hoskins talking with Peter Maris, and they've got everybody back into the dugout, and hopefully for the RedHawks, all is well. So the bottom of the second inning for the Milkmen, no runs a hit, no errors, and one stranded through Game 2 of the Miles Wolff Cup American Association Final. Fargo-Moorhead and Milwaukee, no score. It's RedHawks playoff baseball. All right. I think so. I mean, at first it looked like Maris. Peter was the one. He was the first one up. Well, we certainly hope Peter Maris and John Silviano will be okay. Maris is due up second here in the third as they, not a full-fledged collision, but enough of a collision. And as producer Chris Crick and I were talking about in the break, those are getting ready and getting set to hit, but nothing from Maris as of yet. But at first it looked like Maris took the brunt of the collision, but Silviano was the last one to pop up and was helped up and off on his own power. So we certainly hope. Well, we'll see. Right now, Maris not in the, well, there he is there, right at the, kind of right near the dugout railing. And he is putting the batting helmet on, so it looks like he will hit in his scheduled spot in the order. And there comes Peter, so trainer Tom Hoskins asking him a few questions, and looks like Peter will be ready to go. Christian Correa will lead things off. 9-1-2 in the order for the RedHawks here in the top of the third, and a fastball high from the lefty Holmes, and it is ball one. Correa 0 for 3 last night, hitting 190 in the postseason. Big two-run homer Thursday in the third and deciding game. West Division final against Kansas City. A swing and a miss here, and it is a 1-1 count. Maris and Ward will follow. The lefty Ben Holmes at 32 pitches in 2 innings plus. Worked around a pair of hits in the second. Fargo-Moorhead a Silviano single and an Olin single 2 batters later. Holmes worked out of further danger. Down and into Correa. And 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Crowd last night announced at 1,065, and I think will probably be similar, maybe a little bit lower than that today, just kind of comparing the crowd, but a decent afternoon outside 3-1 the count. We've not seen a lot of 3-ball counts in the lefty Holmes to this point, but falling behind the number 9 batter here in the top of the third. Wind started to pick up a little bit. Flags blowing out, moving a little more gusto outside the leadoff walk. So leadoff man on for the second straight inning for the Milkmen. Or check that for the RedHawks. Here's Maris. Peter struck out in his first at bat. 1 for 5 here in the series. Now 9 for 31 in the postseason for Maris. Homer and 3 runs batted in. In fact, home plate umpire Mayhew Edwards, a quick word with Peter. I'm sure asking, you all right? Swing and a miss by Peter, and strike 1. I'd imagine at this point of the year, with the magnitude of this championship series, it would take a lot to get he or Silviano out of the lineup. As that collision and a pop-up that was caught by Silviano in foul territory down the right field line from Chester. Peter flips it foul down the left field line. That one may land in the Milwaukee bullpen. No, above the bullpen. The picnic tables above the dugout, and youngsters scoop that up, that loose ball. They've got some joining on a Little League diamonds right in this complex here in Milwaukee, and drove into the ballpark a little before 11 this morning. Some ball games going on. Oh, fall ball, love it. 2 strikes the count to Maris. And the delivery up high, 1-2. Talked about the bullpens are kind of in a usual spot. They're just adjacent to each dugout. Usually you see them beyond the outfield fence or maybe deep in the corner like you see at Newman Outdoor Field. And they've got fans basically right above them, so folks in the bullpen and the fans can chat with one another if need be. 1-2 in the delivery. Foul off his front foot, and Peter Maris goes down again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peter's kind of like, come on, man. Like there's a target on me as he fouled that off his instep. He does have the shin guard on over his right shin and his ankle. That's what it's there for. Let it do its work. 1-2 the count. One and two, they looking over at first and see if Kendra's going to hold on. He's not holding on with Correa. That one popped foul down the left field line, and that one will sail out of play as well. That one into the picnic tables. Few fans just above the third base bullpen. Hardly had to move. 1-2 the count. Well, both pitchers have had to work around some base runners here, so not always at time a quick pace. And the delivery got him, swing and a miss. Went away, away, and away once more at 84 and got Maris. Peter strikes out for the second time, 1 away here in the 3rd inning. And that'll bring up Drew Ward. Rounded to first in his first at bat. Ward at 138 here in the postseason now for Fargo-Moorhead. But always dangerous. Guy with good power and good extra base power. First baseman Kendrick kind of creeping behind Correa. They're really allowing Christian to get as big a lead as he would like. Swing and a miss. And again, he's changed speeds well, but his location overall has been very good. He's not really fallen behind much, with the exception of the walk to Correa to start this inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went up the ladder there, and 2 strikes at 82. 43 pitches so far for the left-hander. Major League scoreboard. Twins leading Cleveland 1-0. Cleveland does not have a hit against Joe Ryan in the first 4+. Ryan had 7 no-hit innings in his last start against Kansas City before he was lifted. 2 strikes the count of the pitch. And in his hands that time as it sailed in on Ward. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. We're in the top of the 3rd. Game 2 of the American Association Finals. The RedHawks and Milwaukee Milkmen. Milwaukee winning 7-1 in the opener last night. Scoreless here in the 3rd. Fargo-Moorhead, 2 singles and a walk off the left-hander home so far. Up and in with a fastball again. 2-2. That one about 89. Seen Holmes anywhere 89, 90, 91 on that fastball. Gomez at second, playing now into shallow right on Ward. 2-2. And here it comes. A drive down the left field line towards the corner. Hill chasing, still chasing, trying to get there, and it is a fair ball. Into the left field corner. Correa for third. Ward into second. The throw to third wide. It's backed up by the pitcher Holmes. Ward has a double. Just fair. Deep into the left field corner, and the RedHawks have a threat. Ball got over in that left field corner where it's blocked out of our broadcast view, but a long run for Hill, who was shading Ward into left center and wasn't able to get it, as it was just fair into the left field corner. The throw back into third. Trowbridge was not at the bag, couldn't cut the ball off. As Holmes, the pitcher, backed it up. Second and third, we'll see if the Milkmen, how they will play this. At least at second base, Gomez in about halfway. The batter is Pena. Two in scoring position for the RedHawks. The delivery, they will get a run, maybe more. Drive into right center field, hit well. It's into the gap. Torres over. He can't get it. It's off the wall. Gets past him in deep center field. 2 runs will score. Pena digs for third. Here comes the throw to third. He slides in safely. Pena knocks in 2. And the RedHawks grab their first lead of this championship series. A 2-run triple, and it's 2-0 Fargo-Moorhead. Hit about halfway up the wall in right center field as it got away from the center fielder Torres and got past him and chased down in straightaway center. As Correa held up to make sure that ball, if it was going to be caught or not, but Ward was right on Correa's tail, and Pena got a good break out of the box and beat the throw into third. Jose Rodriguez, the pitching coach, coming out, will have a word with Holmes, and that may get some activity in the Milwaukee bullpen. Looks like starting to see some stirring in that third base bullpen. So Fargo-Moorhead, that's the recipe. Try and get the lead. See what Feldman can do. And for a good chunk of the postseason, that's been a recipe that has worked. So they finally get to Holmes here in the third inning. Mayhew Edwards, the home plate umpire, will break up the conversation at the hill. That will bring up Silviano. So John, an RBI chance, singled in his first at bat. 11 for 25 now with that base hit here in the playoffs. Lefty is in the pen for Milwaukee. Might be lefty Jack Mahoney that's up. Little dribbler left side. Trowbridge charging a run, will score barehanded. Throw on to first. They do get Silviano for the out. What a productive out. Pena scores, and Fargo-Moorhead leads 3-0. Similar to an infield hit he got last night. Just a little dribbler on the turf. A nice play by Trowbridge to just get Silviano. It's an RBI for John. Pena scores. Another point that Chris Coast talks about a lot is when you get opportunities like this, make it a big inning. Add on. You got 2, but you had 1 there in the table, and you got that one home as well. Bases cleared, 2 out from Matty Boscan. Fielder's choice in his first at bat. And the delivery. Swing, ground ball, weakly hit to the right side. Kendra plays it, and he'll take it to the bag himself. And that'll retire the RedHawks here in the top of the third. But a productive inning for Fargo-Moorhead. Leadoff walk. Ward and Pena with big hits, and an RBI ground out from Silviano as well. 3 runs in the inning on 2 hits. No errors, 1 stranded. New score after 2.5. Game 2 of the American Association Finals. Fargo-Moorhead leading Milwaukee 3-0 RedHawks. It's RedHawks playoff baseball. Well, Fargo-Moorhead striking first in the top of the third inning. Chris Crick producing things at our studios. I'm Brad Anderson. It is a 3-0 Fargo-Moorhead lead as Davis Feldman staked early in the count, jumping on one. And again, to get the second time through the order against the lefty Holmes. Maybe some better swings, maybe some more patient at bats, and really especially with Ward as well as he worked the count deep, saw a lot of pitches. Jeremiah Burke, shortstop, will lead things off. He went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored last night. 176 here in the postseason with 3 hits and a run batted in. Feldman deals, swing and a miss, and strike one. Davis at 83 on pitch number 27. So pitch count pretty economical so far for Feldman. The 0-1 bounced up there, 1-1 the count. Torres and Trowbridge will follow, and again, same thing applies to the Milwaukee lineup, how they will adjust second time against Feldman, but a lot of these veteran guys, they've gotten to look at Davis in the past. And the pitch, outside. Feldman in his second year with Fargo-Moorhead. Last year, 9 appearances out of the bullpen, 3-0. ERA was up over 7, but number is a little bit better this year. It's been used as a spot starter at times, and really the role he's in right now. That's exactly what you're looking for. Low, 3-1 the count. The closest thing to momentum in baseball is a situation what you're dealing with right now, where you have team has gotten the lead. You don't want to start handing base runners back. 3-1, little tapper left side, tough play off the mound, fielded by Feldman. Barehanded throw to first wide, pulled him off the bag, and the runner is safe. Burks will reach, tough play, and they will give an infield hit on that. More or less a swinging bunt off the turf that time. It's Feldman. Decided to barehand it at the last instant of the throw on to first. Not in time. And pulled Boscan off the bag on the fair side of first base. So leadoff single. First leadoff man on here for the Milkmen in their third inning of batting. Back to the top of the order, and Torres flying to left at his first at bat. Set from Feldman, and the delivery. It is a strike, 0-1. Seeing that fastball low 90s. Most of his stuff kind of in the 81 to 83 mile an hour range. Was some activity earlier in the Milwaukee bullpen, some stirring, and we'll see if Holmes comes out for the fourth. It's 0-1 to Torres. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down and in that time, and 2 strikes. Torres, 25 years of age, turned 25 back in early July. Decent lead off of first from Jeremiah Burks. Boscan holds on, but out at the bag when he holds the runner on. The delivery, flipped foul. That one sliced off to the left and out of play. Still 2 strikes. 3-0 RedHawks here in the bottom of the third inning. Game 2 of this American Association Championship Series, playing for the Miles Wolff Cup. Series moves back to Fargo. Game 3 Tuesday, and if we need 4 and 5, they would be Wednesday and Thursday, all 6:30 on the first pitch. No 6:30 for sure Tuesday night. Folks in the region, 6:10 on 740 The Fan. Jack Michaels back in the call for you as it is an 0-2 count. The delivery up and in as Correa took a look at first base, but nothing more, and it's 1-2 strikes to count. 11 hits last night for the Milkmen, and all but Hill had at least 1 hit, so good balance up and down the lineup for the Milkmen. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count here as Feldman sets. Target a little higher up in the zone. That's pulled to left to the right field line. Trouble if it's fair, and it is a fair ball. Hit the chalk down the right field line into the corner. Rounding third is Burks. He will score. Torres digs for third. He's in. It's an RBI triple. Milwaukee's on the board. It's 3-1 RedHawks. just fair into the right field corner, and it's it. I think it might have hit the chalk. It couldn't have been much more than that as that went into the corner. And Silviano might be shaken up as RedHawks trainer Tom Hoskins coming out there, and I don't know if he hurt himself trying to chase after that ball as it went into the corner, and just fair is. And apparently Silviano's going to be okay as he kind of walks away from the trainer, and he will walk back to his position in right field. So it's an RBI triple for Torres and gets the Milkmen on the board. 3-1 RedHawks here in the last of the third. Still nobody out, and that'll bring up Trowbridge. So one in and a chance maybe to add on here for Milwaukee, or at least try to chip their way back into the game. Trowbridge lined to second in his first at bat. RedHawks infield will play back on the right side. Maris back now, coming in a couple of steps to the right of second. Dexter, they call it about halfway on the turf as Trowbridge loops one into right, coming on Silviano, still chasing. That one drops for a base hit. He'll play it off the turf as Trowbridge stumbles rounding first. He gets back to the bag. Scoring is Torres, and three batters in. The Milkmen within a run. 3-2 Fargo-Moorhead. Trowbridge's second run batted in here of the championship series. Not a well-struck ball, not solid contact, but good enough contact. A base hit. Now a 3-2 game for Kinger, singled in his first at bat. On a first and the runner back, Trowbridge has at least one hit in every game now of the postseason. Had two September 9th against Chicago. Has been pretty steady at 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 5, just about every matchup in the playoffs. And he pitched to Kinger. Ground ball could be two, out to second. Maris to second for one. Dexter on to first. Rack him up. That's a double play. And just what the doctor ordered for Feldman of the RedHawks there. The good old 4-6-3 double play to take care of Kinger. And two down here in the third. Base is cleared now for Keon Barnum, and boy, that changes the feel of things, especially for Fargo-Moorhead there. It's just like that in one swing, 2 outs as Barnum struck out in his first at bat. Keon from Tampa, Florida, had a big season for the Milkmen. 24 homers, 84 runs batted in. Two-hit night, had that opposite field double last night. A two-hit night, first multiple hit game for Barnum here in the playoffs. Swings and loops one out to left center field. Olin on, waits, and makes the catch about camp high. And the side retired here in the bottom of the third inning. Fly ball to left. Milwaukee gets a pair of runs back. They do so on 3 hits. 2 runs, 3 hits. No errors. And nobody left on. New score after 3 innings of play from Franklin Field in Franklin, Wisconsin. Game 2 of the American Association playoffs. It's now Fargo-Moorhead 3, Milwaukee 2. This is RedHawks playoff baseball. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. It's the last thing you want to start doing is. Right. You got to say one would have been okay. Can't start handing them back. Lefty Holmes comes out for the top of the fourth inning. Your totals after 3 innings of play here from Franklin, Wisconsin. Fargo-Moore had 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Milwaukee, the Milkmen, 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. So the lefty Ben Holmes, who got tagged for 3 in the third, comes out for the fourth inning. Holmes 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts so far, as the RedHawks will bring up 6, 7, and 8 the batting order here in the top of the fourth inning. Game a little over an hour old, about an hour and 5 in. Got going at 5 after 1 o'clock here in Game 2 of this American Association title matchup for the RedHawks. Their second straight championship appearance, 3 playoff berths in the last 4 years. For Milwaukee, these teams met in the 1-game playoff last year. Just 6 teams qualifying. You had your division champion, and then the 2 and 3 seeds played a 1-gamer to get into the kind of really fully get into the playoffs and the division championship and eventually the overall title. We're both 5-game series. That's the one thing that's changed. You have more teams, but you're trying to kind of stay on the same schedule, trying to get it done 2.5 weeks tops. Potentially, the champion could play. Well, both these teams played 3-game series in the first round. Milwaukee took care of Cleburne in 2. RedHawks could win a title and potentially play up to 11 games in the postseason. Alec Olin singled in his first at bat. 2 hits here in this championship series. Holmes winds and deals to him. Strike inside corner. Good pitch at 88. 0-1. Starting to see some activity again in the Milwaukee bullpen. It's like lefty Jack Mahoney was up earlier, and side-arming left-hander getting some tosses in now in the dirt, and 1-1 the count. Miles Smith really did a nice job last night. 2 2/3 innings, able to finish up, so it was just he and Kyle Huckabee last night, but Smith able to extend things out and finish the game 2 2/3, so the Milwaukee bullpen should be well rested and available if called upon. Swing a little dribbler back to the right of the mound, played by the lefty Holmes. Underhanded flip, good for out number 1. And again, had a RedHawks hitter out in front. Little dribbler back to the hill. 1 away in the top of the fourth inning for Evan Alexander. Fielder's choice for Alexander in his first at bat. The clubhouses here at the ballpark at Franklin Field are beyond the center field fence. I'm just seeing a couple of the RedHawks. Looks like a couple of the RedHawks relievers. There's a bunt by Alexander. Evan pops it up and chasing and catching near the coach's box and foul ground is Kenger for the out as he tried to drag a bunt and popped it up. Kenger able to chase it down, and Evan retired. And 2 down to the fourth, but the clubhouses are beyond the center field fence. So a couple of the RedHawks players, and they had to, a couple of the relievers had to go to the clubhouse. They saw them open the gate in center field, and when they had a break in the game, they were jogging from the warning track back to the bullpen. Got to make sure they aren't in play for any reason. Sam Dexter, the batter. And first pitch swinging here and a pop-up. Out into shallow center. Long run as the second baseman out. Drifting out is second baseman Gomez to make the catch, calling off center fielder Torres. And nice and tidy inning. Nice comeback inning for the left-hander Holmes. He sets down Fargo-Moorhead in order. 3 up, 3 down through 3.5. Game 2 of the American Association Finals. It remains Fargo-Moorhead 3, Milwaukee 2. Back in a moment. This is RedHawks Playoff Baseball. Davis Feldman at 40 pitches through 3 innings as come back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Christian Correa getting the catcher's gear on. Robbie Lopez warming up Feldman to start things here in the bottom of inning number 4. As we're into that crossover season, a lot of folks checking on football or talking about college football up here in the press box before the game. NFL right now, Ravens 28-14. They lead the Dolphins in the 3rd quarter. Jets and the Browns tied at 17 of the 4th. The Lions leading Carson Wentz and the Commanders 22-15. Sunday night game is one of note here in Wisconsin. The Packers and the Bears, and Minnesota Vikings will play tomorrow night against the Philadelphia Eagles. Reminder, Game 3 of the American Association Championship Series will be back at Newman Outdoor Field, a 6:30 first pitch Tuesday night. Jack Michaels back with a call for you. AABaseball.tv and 740 The Fan. The broadcast radio home of the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks pregame will be around 6:10. Milwaukee with Gomez, Hill, and Sanchez to face Feldman here in the top, or the bottom, I should say, of inning number 4. Gomez out, first baseman to Feldman covering, and a ground out in his first at bat. As Gomez leading the Milkmen, 348 with 8 postseason hits, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. A nice bounce back inning for Holmes. We'll see if Feldman, who got clipped for a couple in the 3rd, can respond as well. 3-2 RedHawks here in the bottom of the 4th. Feldman deals. It is a fastball and strike 1. 92 from Feldman. Right now the RedHawks bullpen quiet, and as is the case for Milwaukee. Jack Mahoney's been up a couple of different times. And the delivery. Swing and a miss and 2 strikes. They have Huckabee and Mahoney, the only lefties that they do have in the bullpen. We saw Huckabee last night really called for some situational duty, faced 3 batters and retired 1. But Feldman so far has worked around some base runners. Double play. He'll provide some relief in the 3rd. Good pitch. Got him on the inside corner, and Gomez knew it. Strike 3. A fastball at 94. And Davis Feldman a strikeout. There's 1 away here in the 4th. Second strikeout for Feldman. 1 away. For Aaron Hill. Singled to left at his first at bat. Holmes had 1, 2, 3 innings he has so far in the 1st and the 4th. Feldman looking for his first 1, 2, 3 inning. Set by Feldman and deals. Breaking pitch, flip foul off to the right, now to play and strike 1. Feldman, 6 foot, 195 pounds. He will turn 25 years of age in a week, September 25th. He will be 25 years of age, 2nd year with the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. And the pitch. Foul back to the netting, and 2 strikes the count. When the series going from 3 games to 5, that's another adjustment that pitchers making and managers trying to do the same as well, as trying to kind of work around that pitching staff. I think it was a given for Fargo-Moorhead. It was going to be Kevin McGovern's game. He had full 4 days rest after his start on Monday. It's kind of a question what they do with from 2 and 3 forward. Wigginton pitched on Thursday, and they will push him back to Game 3 on Tuesday. That would get him 4 full days of rest and the delivery. So really both these teams, and especially with Milwaukee winning in just the 2-game series, is the ball makes it 1 and 2 now to Hill on what they would do. It's like the plan will be to use Zimmerman in Game 3 at Newman Outdoor Field against the RedHawks. There's the 1-2. Tried to change speeds and missed. Low and away. Good take by Hill. Count even at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th. And Tyler Grauer would more than likely be the Game 4 starter if needed for Fargo-Moorhead. A win today for the RedHawks would assure for a Game 4 at least. Got him. Strike 3. Changing speeds. Dropped a breaking pitch over. Hill just shakes his head and walks back in disgust. Back-to-back strikeouts for Feldman. 2 down, bottom of the 4th inning. Here is Hector Sanchez. Line to center in his first at bat. 2 homers, 4 driven in for Sanchez, 4 for 20 in the playoffs. Feldman deals, swing, hard hit ball, couple of hops. Shallow right, fielded by Peter Maris, sets and throws on to first, and Feldman with a nice comeback inning. A 1-2-3 last half of the 4th as both pitchers set the opposition down in order in the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down through 4 here in the American Association Game 2 of the finals in the Miles Wolff Cup. As we're through 4, 3-2 RedHawks over the Milwaukee Milkmen here at Franklin. We're back with more after this. This is American Association Playoff Baseball.
That was better. That was nice and tidy. Let's get away, Dave Bean. If we could keep her at about 3:15, that would be all right. No, that is the positive. Is if I could get out of here by 5, I would run away laughing.
I was going to say at least an hour. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a good point. They'll probably stop somewhere. Probably stop in Hudson or someplace, or Eau Claire. And
they're probably going to stop and get gas probably in Eau Claire.
so the 1-2-3 4th inning. Probably got Holmes another one as he comes out for the top of the 5th. But boy, really good responses by both starters in this one. With Holmes for Milwaukee and Davis Feldman for Fargo-Moorhead to come back with 1, 2, 3 innings, and starting to see some stirring again in the left-hander. Jack Mahoney continues to loosen up in the Milwaukee bullpen. He's been up a couple of times already. RedHawks bullpen quiet right now as a 3-2 lead. If you just joined us, each team scoring in the 3rd. Fargo-Moorhead picked up 3, 2 on a Leo Pena triple. John Silviano, an RBI ground out. That followed Milwaukee getting a triple from Torres and a single from Trowbridge. That's where we stand. 3-2. Fargo-Moorhead with the lead, and just joined us as well. Potentially scary play on the bottom of the 2nd inning on a Carl Chester fly ball down the right field line. Long run for Boscan and Maris and Silviano. Silviano made the catch in foul territory, collided with Maris. Both went down and were down for a brief instance, but have both stayed in the game, popped back up, and kind of shaken, not stirred. And good news for the FM RedHawks as far as that goes. As we head to the top of the 5th, it'll be 9-1-2 in the batting order for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. Fargo-Moorhead won at Northern League titles. First one back in 1998. Won the last year of the Northern League. Actually, the last 2 in 2009 and 2010. And the American Association, we've seen teams like Winnipeg and, well, Laredo won it one year back in 2015. Milwaukee has a championship. Kansas City has a couple. And this proud franchise, Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks, over 25 years, 20-plus years since 1996, looking for their first American Association title. 3 more wins would do the trick. Christian Correa walked in his first plate appearance, came around to score on the triple from Pena, and a strike, 0-1 from Holmes. His first appearance of the season against the RedHawks. At 55 pitches and 40 strikes. Correa fouls one off the top of the press box and suites. Bounces down below, and a gentleman to the front row didn't leave his seat and got a souvenir. Now that's front row service right there. That's usually not how it's supposed to go, but it hit the facade of the press box, bounced back down, and that gentleman gets himself a souvenir. He's got one of the best seats in the house, and he'll just continue on with his day like nothing happened. Down low, 1-2 the count. Didn't have to go running around under a seat, digging around looking for a souvenir. It just found him. What do they say in baseball? Sometimes the ball just finds you. It did for that fellow. 1-2 to Correa. Sunshine's been replaced by some clouds here, partly to mostly cloudy skies in Franklin, Wisconsin. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and 1 down here in the 5th. Third strikeout for Holmes, top of the order now in Peter Maris. 4 1/3 for Holmes now. 4 hits allowed. And really the main damage came in the third. He is trying to settle down nicely. 6 in a row retired. Swing and a miss by Maris. Had him out in front and strike 1. Peter hasn't figured out the lefty yet. Has struck out a pair of times. We asked the question last night on our broadcast if you could pick between 1, maybe 2 people for most valuable player in this Fargo Moorhead RedHawks squad. Swing and a miss by Maris and 2 strikes. Again, trying to stay away from the lefty. But who would you pick? I would think Peter Maris would get some votes. Silviano certainly would fall into that category. Pitching standpoint, maybe just the veteran presence of a guy like McGovern. There's a lot of guys you could pick from. But Peter Maris would certainly garner some attention for that honor. Swing and a miss. He's down on 3 pitches here as he just went low and away on the last 2. And Maris fans for the 3rd time today. 2 down here in the 5th. Drew Ward doubled to the left field corner and scored on Pena's triple in his last at bat. 1 for 2 for Drew. Now 5 for 30 in the postseason. But that was the hit that really got things started in that rally in the 3rd for the RedHawks. Up and in. And an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and it is 1-0 the count. Pena followed. Jumped on Holmes' fastball early in the count and banged it off the wall at right center for 2-run triples. That RBI ground out from Silviano looming large as well. 3-2. The lead for Fargo Moorhead here in the 5th. There's a drive into right center field, into the gap. That won't be caught, and that'll shoot the gap all the way to the wall in right center field. Ward for 2. He will cruise in. It's another double. Out ahead of that delivery and on the turf. Now unable to scoot all the way to the wall in right center. It's a double for Ward. Hit number 5 for Fargo Moorhead now. And their 3rd extra base hit. Here's Pena. And here's a chance to try and add on, but first trip to the mound coming here is Jose Rodriguez, pitching coach, will come out for a visit. I think the lefty Jack Mahoney is ready if they want to bring him in. He's been up multiple times already in the bullpen for the Milkmen. Holmes right now 63 pitches, so he's in pretty good shape, and I don't know what kind of pitch count or what kind of expectations they were looking for on him. I'm thinking the role similar to what Davis Feldman's trying to fill today in Game 2 for the RedHawks, and the conversation done on the hill as Pena set to step in. Leo 1 for 2, a 2-run triple. He's had a double and a triple so far here in the postseason. Here's one of these opportunities we've talked about. With 2 out is the thing out of the 7 runs for Milwaukee last night. At least 4 runs scored with 2 out. The 3 that scored in the 4th, and then Burks a 2-out broken bat single knocked in a run as well. 3-2 RedHawks, top of the 5th. The delivery sails outside to Pena in ball 1 at 82 miles an hour from Holmes. Check the runner at second. Ward off of second. The delivery missed outside again. 2-0. Silviano on deck, but 2 down here in the top of the 5th. That double ended a stretch of 7 consecutive batters retired by the left-hander Ben Holmes. It's 2-0 to Pena. If he gets anything even decent to try and drive here. Ground ball hit out to short to avoid the base runner. And on to first, and just got him in time. Nice play at shortstop by Burks as the base runner had to wait for that ball to come by. Burks able to field cleanly and on to first to just get Pena. That'll do it for the RedHawks here in the top of the 5th inning. For Fargo-Moorhead, no runs. 1 hit, 2-out double from Ward. He's stranded in scoring position, 1 left through 4.5. Halfway home, game 2 of the American Association Championship Series. RedHawks by 1, Fargo-Moorhead 3, Milwaukee 2. It's American Association Championship Baseball. Starting to settle into this one halfway through game 2 of this American Association Championship Series. I'm Brad Anderson in for Jack Michaels. Chris Crick producing things at our studios. A 3-2 Fargo-Moorhead lead. Davis Feldman out for the bottom of the 5th. So far, very quiet the Fargo-Moorhead bullpen as Feldman trying to get through the 5th in a 1-2-3 4th inning. Major League Baseball scoreboard as we're getting down the stretch in the Big League playoffs. Twins leading Cleveland. Joe Ryan out for the 7th. 1-0 is Minnesota losing a doubleheader. And second game of that doubleheader, 15 innings last night, as we thought the Rob Manfred rule with the runner on second was supposed to maybe finish those games in 10 or 11 innings. Well, that's not necessarily the case all the time, as that one went 15. They got runs, I think it was the 13th or 14th. They each got runs, and then Cleveland finally winning on the 15th as the Guardians won the day-night doubleheader. Carl Chester to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the delivery is inside for ball 1. Chester hit that fly ball down the right field line into the corner that Silviano caught and collided with Peter Maris. That was back in the second inning. Set of the pitch. It's a drive to right. Silviano drifting back towards the line and makes the catch. Few steps in front of the warning track. In medium deep right field, Chester retired. One away here in the bottom of inning number 5 for Jeremiah Burks. Now 6 in a row retired by Feldman. That stretch started with the 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Kenger after 3 straight batters reached on hits. That got Milwaukee their 2 runs. So 6 in a row retired, 7 outs among those 6 batters. So nice groove here for Feldman as Burks digs in. Fastball misses low and away for ball 1. "51 pitches now for Feldman, 36 strikes. So command overall has been more than favorable. The delivery is down low. Two balls, no strikes, the count. The Milkmen completing their second turn through the batting order as they hit in the bottom of the 5th. Feldman 5 hits, 2 runs, has not walked a batter, 3 strikeouts. Swinging a fly ball to right field here. Silviano drifting back, still back, and able to reach out and make the catch as he backpedals onto the warning track in fairly deep right center as that ball maybe got a little push with the breeze there. Silviano able to recover and make the catch. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order now in Brian Torres. I would say both teams' starting pitchers so far, I think, have checked the boxes in what their managers were looking for. As Feldman is, after getting nicked for a pair of runs to start the 3rd, has really settled down nicely. Torres a triple in his last at bat, knocked in a run. He later scored. Breaking pitch misses away, just outside for ball 1. Torres 6 for 25 of the postseason. Triple got the Milkman on the board, and it's followed by a Logan Trowbridge single. 3-2 RedHawks, bottom of the 5th. The delivery, swinging a drive, hit to right center. Back Silviano, still chasing. It's got some carry. It's deep, and it's off the wall, right center field. Silviano chases it down. Torres sprints to second and has a 2-out double. That one had a little more jump than the first 2 balls of the inning in Silviano's direction, as that one hit about not quite halfway up the wall in right center field. So Torres, triple and now a double, tying run at second for Logan Trowbridge. Was lined to second in single. He's knocked in a pair of runs, and much like the RedHawks, a 2-out extra base hit. The Milkmen have played copycat on that here with a runner at second, 2 down, and a base hit could even up this game. It's hit number 6 off of Feldman. And a tough hitter in Trowbridge, trying to even up this game here in the last of the 5th. Torres gets his lead off of second. Feldman a quick glance, little dribbler to the right side. Fair ball. Boscan plays it to the bag and steps on first, and in one pitch, Feldman gets out of trouble here in the 5th. That one a little cue shot with some little bit of topspin on it, but Boscan stays with it and unassisted to retire the Milkmen here in the 5th. Milwaukee no runs ahead. No errors. They strand 1 on as we're through 5 here at Franklin Field, Franklin, Wisconsin. Game 2 of the American Association Championship Series. Still 3-2 RedHawks over the Milkmen. We're back in just a moment. It's American Association Championship Baseball.
Okay, thanks. We're sounding all right? Okay, because I'm what I did with the mic for the turn down.
North Dakota 1 call to the bullpen as the Milkmen. Jack Mahoney's been up multiple times, loosening up, and he gets the call for the Milwaukee Milkmen. Tall, lanky left-hander, 6'8", 230 pounds. Wisconsin-Milwaukee, they play at this facility as well here at Franklin Field. So nice outing, 5 solid innings for the
Left-hander Holmes has got through 5.
Goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Right now on the hook for the loss. 3-2 Fargo Moorhead as we head to the top of inning number 6. Milwaukee, a 7-1 win last night. John Silviano laid things off for Fargo Moorhead here in the top of the 6th inning. Got lefties up with Silviano and Boscan. Alexander right now 4th here in the inning, so that lefty, probably an ideal matchup is what Milwaukee looking for here. Silviano singled. An RBI ground out to 3rd. Half swing went too far, and a strike gets 0-1. An RBI ground out and just a little tapper down the left side, but finished that 3-run inning, and right now that extra run the difference. 3-2 RedHawks here in the top of the 6th. As Mahoney deals, swinging a foul at the plate and 2 strikes. Mahoney, 3rd appearance here at the playoffs. He's got an inning and a third, has allowed 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Opponent's hitting just 200 against him, and so here in the inning, Silviano, Boscan, and Oland. And 0-2 the count. It's 6'8", tall and lanky like that. You're looking at a lot of arms and a lot of legs you're looking at as you're a hitter steering out at home plate. Milwaukee bullpen ERA right around 2 coming in to today's game. Up and in at a fastball, 91 in that delivery. And it's 1-2 to Silviano. Miles Smith 2 2/3 last night, 6 1/3. He's on the most out of the guys in the pen for the Milkmen. They have pieced it together well. The delivery. There's a swing and a drive left center field. That's into the alley. It won't be caught. It'll take a couple of bounces to the wall in left center field. Silviano has a 2-hit afternoon as he cruises in. It's a leadoff double to start the 6th. Good piece of hitting there on 2 strikes. Going the other way with it. Leadoff double for John Silviano. Another base hit for the standout RedHawks right fielder. That'll bring up Manny Boscan. And with that double, a right-hander loosening up in the Milkmen bullpen. So thinking and looking ahead, you wonder if Mahoney probably will face Boscan. Might get him perhaps maybe through Alexander and then perhaps a change, but like a right-hander, might be Frankie Bartow that's loosening up for the Milkmen in the bullpen perhaps. Trying to catch the number on that, and here comes a trip to the mound here. So Mahoney surrendering that double with 2 strikes, and trip to the mound coming here is pitching coach as V. Rodriguez will come out for a visit. In time for the RedHawks bullpen quiet, so Feldman through 5. Pitch count pretty good shape right now, and you wonder, they'll send Davis out for the 6th. He's really had a strong 4th inning. Gave up that 2-out double in the 5th. But really from that point on, he's really done he's settled things down in the middle innings. Another factor would be as well if the RedHawks can add on here in the top of the 6th inning. As Boscan, Manny, trying to either move him over or move him in. Boscan, fielder's choice and a ground ball to first. He is 0 for 2. 6 for 27 now in the postseason for Boscan. As Mahoney deals, there's a strike just above the knees and 0-1. 91 miles an hour in that fastball. And again, got some movement there. And at 6'8", there's a lot of moving parts there that you're trying to find the baseball through if you're a batter, like Boscan right now, target on the inside corner. Swing, ground ball to the right side. Will move him over. Played cleanly at second, and on to first in time as Gomez on to first for the out. And that will move Silviano to the third. One away here in the sixth. Sometimes an overused term, but a productive out, and that moves him to third, and a little pitching change coming. So they won't, we were thinking maybe they'd get through Alexander with Mahoney, and we'll get the righty in now to face Alec Oland here with a runner at third and one out. So pitching change, another North Dakota one-call pitching change coming here as Mahoney faces two batters, retires one, and that'll be it for the tall left-hander. So pitching change, a key moment in this one. RedHawks with Silviano at third and one out, top of the sixth. Alec Oland to hit, and he will face a new pitcher. One out, one on. Here in the top of the sixth. Fargo-Moorhead 3, Milwaukee 2, game 2 of this American Association Championship Series. Back after this, it is RedHawks and American Association Championship Baseball. Call the bullpen. It'll be right-hander Peyton Gray on for the Milwaukee Milkmen here in the top of inning number 6. Fargo-Moorhead had a 3-2 lead, trying to even up this best of 5 championship series. At 740 The Fan and on AABaseball.tv is numbers for Gray. His first appearance of the championship series, his 4th appearance of the playoffs. He's gone 3 innings. Has allowed 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He has walked 1. Opponents are hitting .400 against him as he will face Alec Oland. Runner at third, Silviano, a opposite field double start of the inning. Boscan moved him over, and a ground out to second. The infield will move in here for Milwaukee. Again, on the turf, you don't have to really come all the way in. Somewhere in between in and halfway right now. Oland 1 for 2. Base hit back in the second and the delivery. It is low and away for ball 1. Another key point in this game, top of the 6th inning. RedHawks have not trailed. And one more would look real handy right now for Fargo-Moorhead. Here's the pitch. Swing, line drive, base hit center field. Stayed back in a breaking pitch, a base hit. Silviano scores 4-2 Fargo-Moorhead. Well done, Alec Oland. A terrific piece of hitting there. Just stayed back on looked like a breaking pitch from Gray and hit it right back up the box. Base hit. 4-2 RedHawks for Alexander. 0 for 2 for Alexander today. Tried to bunt, and he popped up a bunt that was caught in foul territory in his last at bat. The delivery, Alexander takes a strike from Gray and 0-1. One strike to Alexander. And the delivery, good lead off of first from Oland. Fastball outside at 91 missing, and it's 1-1 the count. Gray pitched 2/3 of an inning in game one of the East Division Finals against Cleburne. 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, a run, and a walk, striking out 2. It's his last appearance here in the postseason. And the delivery. Fastball is outside. Just outside 91 miles an hour. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. So 1 in for the RedHawks. I see if they can add on some more. Fargo had 4. Milwaukee 2 in this second game of the postseason. The championship series for the Miles Wolff Cup. Another step on that lead for Oland. And here it comes. Fastball misses just down and in, missing away. Now 3-1 the count. Sam Dexter on deck. Some stirring, but nobody up quite yet here in the Milkmen bullpen. Gray, the 3rd pitcher this afternoon for Milwaukee. The delivery is a strike. Alexander was ready to toss the bat away, thinking it was ball 4, and Evan says, all right. No objection on that call, 3-2. So 3-2, 1 out, up 2 on the 6th. Good base runner on. Might be a chance to maybe put the runners in motion here, but we'll see what Anthony Renz and Chris Coast have planned here. Time called. Alexander asking for time, and granted by Mayhew Edwards, home plate umpire. Sunshine returns. You have been in and out of some sun. Clouds kind of pushing off to the east right now. A pleasant afternoon here in Franklin, Wisconsin. Payoff on 3-2. Gray, high set. Long pause, runner goes, popped up. Foul ground is actually will stay in fair territory. Base runner scampers back to first, and Kendry able to stay with it. Battling that sun had made the catch for the out. I'm not sure if Olin saw it right away, but he was able to jog back to first base. Catch made in fair ground for the second out. They tried to put the wheels in motion there with 2 out, or with 1 out, I should say. Now 2 away for Dexter. Not a bad option there to see if you could get a good base runner and a guy that handles the bat well. Dexter 0 for 2 today. Keeps those hands in as he awaits the delivery. Pitches down and in for ball 1. So the run charge to Mahoney goes a 3rd of an inning, gives up a hit and a run. Back to a multiple run lead for the RedHawks. They led 3-0 after 2.5 before the Milkmen got 2 in their half of the 3rd. Dexter lines it foul to the netting, and count even at 1-1. Netting extends out from just the edge of the 3rd base dugout through the fans that are kind of the far 2 sections down the 3rd base line and 1st base line aren't protected per se by the netting if you're sitting above the dugout. The dugouts are a little further up the line. Throw to first and the runner back. As we approach the 3 o'clock hour, is game about an hour and 50 minutes old as we play on to the top of the 6th. Throw to first again is the righty Gray. Paying a fair amount of attention to Alec Oland. Correa on deck, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. 1 in for the RedHawks. They've out hit the Milkmen now 7-6, a 4-2 lead. Fouled, flip foul over the netting. Out of the concourse, out of play, and it's now ball and 2 strikes. Dexter reached high A ball, played Winston-Salem before joining the RedHawks. 28 years of age. Steady up the middle with the glove for the RedHawks. Chokes up on that bat, keeps his hands in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Olin dances off of first. The delivery, here's a little looper into left field. Hill coming on, and a couple of steps and a one-handed catch, and the side retired here in the 6th. before the RedHawks had a run. Leadoff double from Silviano. Alec Olin brings him home. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. New score after 5.5. It's now Fargo-Moorhead 4, Milwaukee 2. It's American Association Championship Baseball.
Okay, sounds good.
Davis Feldman, a very economical 57 pitches through 5 innings. He'll come out for the 6th and comes out, and I'm sure the fact that Fargo-Moorhead added another run in their half of the 6th inning, I think certainly may have helped keep him in the game, but he certainly earned it through solid pitching outing here of 5 solid, 4-2 in favor of the RedHawks as we head to the bottom of inning number 6 from Franklin Field in suburban Milwaukee. Franklin to the south of Milwaukee. That's Feldman with a solid 5. It'll be Peyton Wigington, the rookie out of Middle Tennessee State, in Game 3. And how solid has he been? 6 shutout innings in that clincher at Kansas City. With a solid outing, giving up just 3 runs against Winnipeg in the first-round championship matchup. You think about it, the RedHawks have not really had, they've won 2 series, but have never had the series lead per se. Lost Game 1 at Winnipeg and won the final 2 in that best of 3. Same thing at Kansas City, so they've won series. I want to say they've done it backwards. You get it done how you get it done, but Game 1's kind of been kryptonite. They certainly couldn't come back from 2-0, especially in their home field, but trying to take one on the road here. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Will Kendra to face Feldman. Pitch inside, in his hands for ball 1. 1 for 2, singled, stole a base in the first, wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play in his last at bat. And that was the double play that might have turned Feldman's outing around. The delivery outside. It's now 2-0. Got that double play after 3 straight batters had reached on hits. And he got in a stretch where he set down 6 in a row. He has set down 7 of the last 8 batters he has faced as he works here in the last of the 6 with a 2-run lead at 4-2. Fargo-Moorhead. The delivery up and in, and it's 3-0. Feldman has not walked a batter. He's in danger of that changing here real quick. 3-0. Trying to come all the way back. And the strike on the outside corner. Still at 93 on that fastball. 3-1. And now starting to see some activity in the RedHawks bullpen. And guys like Jones, Burlingmeyer, and Dubord. A lot of guys available. They did use 4 pitchers last night, but a couple of those guys had not been used in a while, so good to get them an inning. Still save some key guys for the pen. Outside, a little bit low, and a walk to Kendra to lead things off in the 6th. All those bases on balls, all those leadoff walks can prove to be costly. We will see as Keon Barnum representing the tying run. He's certainly a guy that can even things up in one swing. 0 for 2 is Barnum, a strikeout and a fly to left so far this afternoon. 3 to the right of second, shift is on, and outside ball 1. Correa will walk the ball back to Feldman, and that time maybe the release point where you don't want it to be. He didn't quite finish through on that first delivery, and Correa noticing something as well, and we'll have a quick word with his right-hander. Airless baseball in this one. Fargo Moore had 3 in their half of the third inning, highlighted by a 2-run triple from Pena. 2 in the last half of the third for Milwaukee on a Torres triple and a Trowbridge single. And Alec Oland, a key run-producing hit. 1-out single got Silviano home here in the 6th inning. 4-2 Fargo Moore ahead, bottom of the 6th. Conference comes to a close. The 1-0, big swing and a miss by Barnum. It's 1-1. So if a ball's hit sharply to the right side, Pena would have to be the guy to cover second. They could get one sharply either at Dexter or at Peter Maris. With that pronounced shift for Barnum. And the delivery. Trying to stay away and missed low and outside, changing speeds. Off speed at 82 from Feldman. It's 2-1. Checking the bullpen, maybe Burlingmeyer or Joe Jones that is up, but trying to get a look on that from the first base bullpen. The delivery, swing and a miss. Kept it down to the zone, and Barnum chased. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 84 miles an hour in that delivery from Feldman. 2-2. Maris kind of at the back of the dirt, where Dexter's a little farther out in more shallow right center field in the pronounced shift for Barnum. Alexander will play him to pull. Silviano well off the line, medium deep in right center, and Oland well into left center field and playing Barnum deep. 2-2. Check swing, held up. On a pitch low and away, 3-2 the count. Good take by the veteran Barnum. Milkmen crowd trying to urge their team to start up a rally here in the 6th. Loudest we've heard them really since the 2-run third. 4-2 RedHawks. Payoff on 3-2. Feldman sets, deals, chop foul, wide of first. We'll try it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. It's 3-2. "68 pitches, Feldman, 43 strikes. Overall command's been good. Minus the leadoff walk here in the 6th. 3-2 now to Barnum. Modest lead, Kendra, I doubt is going. He does take off. Hits his low, ball 4. Tying runs on. And Anthony Renz pops out of the dugout. This might be the end of the line for Davis Feldman. We'll see, as there was activity earlier in the RedHawks bullpen, and that might be it. As like Anthony Renz may ask for the baseball here, and he will. But Feldman got his team into the 6th inning. 5 pretty solid innings, and right now is in line for a win, but is going to need some help. So back-to-back walks is Feldman 5+. A pair of walks ends his afternoon. So 2 on, nobody out. Pitching change coming here for the FM RedHawks. So call to the bullpen brought to you by North Dakota. One called will be Reed Burlingmeyer to get the call here for the RedHawks. Back-to-back walks, runners at second and first. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. RedHawks 4, Milkmen 2 from Franklin Field. This is RedHawks and American Association playoff baseball. North Dakota one call to the bullpen as Reed Burlingmeyer was acquired late in the regular season by the FM RedHawks. Burlingmeyer making his 6th appearance of the playoffs. He is 0-1, took the loss in relief. Kansas City in game 1 on Monday. He's gone 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. He's walked 4 and struck out 5. So Burlingmeyer has been used quite frequently, and this is probably going to be possibly a multiple inning appearance. We'll see. He's got some work to do to get out of this jam. It's back-to-back walks. Kenger and Barnum, first and second, nobody out as Burlingmeyer finishing up his warm-up tosses here for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. So another key spot in the game is both teams not a lot of free passes. In fact, both walks for Feldman coming in the last 2 batters he faced. 5+. He can win it. He cannot lose it. 6 hits. So far, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Right-hander Burlingmeyer, who can seen him up to the mid-90s in the gun, 5'10", 210 pounds. Rookie out of Abilene Christian University. We'll get the call here. Miguel Gomez, 0 for 2, struck out against Feldman at his last at-bat. Hard-throwing Burlingmeyer facing a good one here in Miguel Gomez as RedHawks double played up the middle. Back to a normal infield alignment with Dexter and also Peter Maris. The delivery is a strike. And come in with the first pitch fastball. A breaking pitch and a strike at 83, and it's 0-1. Burlingmeyer from Normal, Illinois. 28th round draft pick out of the Oakland Athletics. And the pitch, a little cue shot down the third base line. That will bounce foul and out of play. But born in Normal, Illinois, home of Illinois State University. The Redbirds actually went to school at the University at UIC, University of Illinois Chicago. Was in rookie ball with the Athletics before being acquired by the FM RedHawks. High A ball in 21 with Oakland. Prior to that, 2019. And a stint in Beloit, not too far from here. A ball in the Oakland organization. Beloit used to be in the Twins minor league system for a few years, but Beloit just ran along the Illinois line. 2 strikes to count to Gomez. It's 0-2. Beloit with the Marlins now. It was with the Twins. It was Oakland for a time. 2 strikes. Burlingmeyer checks the runner at second. 2 on, nobody out. Comes set. And here it comes. Check swing at a fastball. Held up as that one tailing away from the batter. And there's a ball and 2 strikes. 6th appearance in the regular season for Burlingmeyer. ERA of 5.14. 7 innings pitched, and it was late in the regular season, about mid to late August. He was added to this bullpen, and he has come up in some high leverage situations, and this one fits the bill, doesn't it? 1-2 the count, the delivery. Got him. Swing and a miss. Did he get it, or was it a foul at the plate? I think he just got a piece of it. Foul was a foul ball. 1-2 the count. Pitched down and in that time, and Miguel Gomez able to fight that one off and live to see another pitch. 1-2. Well, that's certainly a high leverage situation. Championship series. Reed Burlingmeyer trying to pick up Davis Feldman here in the 6th. Crowd starts to come to life here at Franklin Field, being urged on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burlingmeyer, deep breath, check of the runner at second and the pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate. And a pitch down to the zone, and Gomez able to fight it off. It's still 0-2. Gomez 8 for 24. 8 runs batted in so far in the playoffs for Milwaukee, and this would be game 7 of the postseason for the Milkmen. Beat Chicago 2-1 in the opening round as the number 3 seed. Swept Cleburne in the East Division Finals. They won 4 straight in the postseason after that 7-1 thrashing of the RedHawks last night. 1-2. Check of the runner at second again. And the pitch. Dribbled foul wide of third. And just fighting pitches off. 1-2 the count. That one 94 from Reed Burlingmeyer. RedHawks bullpen quiet, so Burlingmeyer gets in serious hot water here. Might be to get through the 6th, maybe more. We'll see. Still have Jones available. Alex Duport, who was relied on heavily in games 2 and 3 in Kansas City. Would like to get to that point to use Alex in a potential save situation. But a lot of outs to get. Right now, 12 left to get. Try and even the series for Fargo Moorhead. Luke Lind, another guy that might be called upon. One more time, the 1-2 pitch. Got him, swing and a miss, strike 3. At 85 changing speeds, Burlingmeyer wins the battle and 1 out the 6th. One away for Aaron Hill, 4 strikeout for RedHawks pitching. Hill is singled and struck out. Base hit to left back in the 2nd inning. Two for 19 here in the postseason. Medium deep throughout the outfield. Maris keeping an eye on that lead base runner at second. Burlingmeyer deals, swing and a miss. As he did with Gomez, didn't come first pitch fastball. Good breaking pitch there and a wave and a miss, and strike 1. RedHawks have turned 1 double play, and Burlingmeyer can get him to roll one over here and get out of danger here in the 6th. 4-2 RedHawks. Fastball, good take, missing low. Held up on the swing at 95 from Burlingmeyer, and a 1-1 count. Right-hander up in the Milwaukee bullpen. Starting to loosen up right now. So we'll see if Gray does come back for the 7th. One thing when you get into postseason baseball, especially when there's runners on, seems like the whole pace time just slows down a little bit. Inside out swing, foul above the RedHawks dugout and out of play. Out of the concourse first base side, 2 strikes, make it 1-2 now to Hill. But especially in situations like this, every pitch, every moment. It's kind of frozen and still in time just a bit. Talk about it many times. You go through the grind of a long baseball season. You get to this point in a situation where you got to win 3 games is all it takes. 1-2. Check swing, held up. Good pitch. Good take by Hill. At 85, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Milkmen a 7-1 win last night. Really checked the boxes performance-wise. Good balance up and down the lineup. Double-digit hits. Had an early lead. Solid pitching. Got it down to the field. Just 1 error in the field last night. They checked all the boxes in a Game 1 victory. 2-2. Fouled away again. 2 tough at-bats. Burlingmeyer now. 12 pitches. And now still 1-2 to Hill. Davis Feldman started 5+ innings. A pair of walks. Kendra and Barnum, they're at second and first respectively with 1 out. Burlingmeyer getting Gomez after a lengthy battle. Got him on strikes facing Aaron Hill with Hector Sanchez on deck for the Milkmen here in the last of inning number 6. Check of the runner at second, 1-2 in the delivery. Downstairs again, 2-2. Another lengthy at bat. Erlingmeyer 1 of 10 during the regular, actually 1 of 9 during the regular season with runners in scoring position. With runners on, he's been very good. And to deal with a couple inherited runners here in the 6th. 3-2 in the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Another long at bat, got him to chase, and Reed Erlingmeyer has come up with a pair of strikeouts, 2 away in the Milkmen 6 for Sanchez. Might have been sitting on a fastball and didn't get it. Sanchez 0 for 2, line to center and grounded to second. So he is 1 out away from cleaning things up for Feldman and keeping the lead. And a pair for Fargo-Moorhead. Maris will move into shallow right center. He's at least a good 2-3 steps out of the outfield turf. Dexter playing back and deep as well to the left of second base. Pitch to Sanchez, wave and a miss. Again, has not gone first pitch fastball. That one at 85 had him out in front. That's 3 straight batters he's done that to now, 0-1. Four for 21 for Sanchez here in the postseason. And the delivery, swing and a miss. There he went up the ladder and got it in the inner half of the plate. Sanchez couldn't catch up. 2 strikes the count. 95 on a fastball up and in. That's, I don't care how good a hitter you are. That's a tough pitch to try and handle. American flag. The flag's pointing out more towards straightaway center now, and a light to moderate wind here at Franklin Field. 2 strikes to Sanchez. 2 on now, 2 away, bottom of the 6th. 4-2 RedHawks. Target down from Correa. Erlingmeyer. Set of the belt. And the pitch. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. What a job, Reed Erlingmeyer. Gets Gomez, Hill, and Sanchez on strikes, and a huge job by the right-hander, and quite the escape act as after back-to-back walks issued by Feldman, Erlingmeyer says, I got this. 3 strikeouts, and the Milkmen turned away in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. They strand 2 through 6. Game 2 for the Miles Wolff Cup American Association Finals. Still 4-2 RedHawks. It's American Association playoff baseball. Great work by Reed Erlingmeyer coming out of the pen for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. Fans 3 straight batters to leave the tying runs on. Totals after 6 from Franklin Field. Game 2, Fargo-Moorhead 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Milwaukee 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Peyton Gray will stay out for the 7th inning, and with that, we're seeing some activity in the RedHawks bullpen as well. So Burlingmeyer, the 6th, as what a job he did. The RedHawks hang on, and even this series, you can look no further than that sequence there. RedHawks getting a run in the 6th, and right now Feldman in line to win it as Burlingmeyer was a huge help. 9-1-2 in the order. Correa, Maris, and Ward to face Peyton Gray. The delivery has a strike outside corner. Sweeping hook at 80 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Correa walked and scored. Scored on Pena's triple in the 3rd inning, and struck out of the 5th. Pops one up here left side. Trowbridge looks up into the sunshine, makes the catch. One away here in the 7th. Gray, after surrendering the single to Olin, which drove in a run of the 6th, set down the next 3 batters he has faced. 15 appearances with Milwaukee, 2-0. 15 innings pitched during the regular season, 22 strikeouts. Surrendering 11 hits, just 7 walks, so 3-1 in the strikeout to ball ratio. You'll take that as back to the top of the order. Peter Maris, fastball outside, ball 1. I think happy to not see a left-hander. Had a tough time with Holmes, 0 for 3 with a hat trick, 3 strikeouts. Face the righty here, works from the 3rd base side of the rubber. He winds, rocks, and deals. Swing and a miss by Peter, and it's 1-1. You wonder, he had that collision with Silviano late in the 2nd inning, chasing down a fly ball. It's Luke Lynn that is in the bullpen for Fargo-Moorhead, loosening up. Here's the 1-1. Swing, line drive off the end of the bat, played deep second. Nice play on to first, and got him. Terrific play, Miguel Gomez for the out. Gomez out into shallow right. Like he may have almost slipped there for an instant, but able to field cleanly, and a quick throw to first to get Maris on a close play. 2 down here in the 7th. I'll bring up Drew Ward. Pair of doubles for Ward, 1 to left center in the 3rd, and Gapper to right center in the 5th. 2 for 3 for Drew Ward. Been fighting it a little bit the last handful of postseason games. Still at 194, but when you get him warmed up, that's another bullet in the chamber for the RedHawks. Couldn't catch up to a fastball there at 91. Strike 1. Gray took the loss in an 8-6 loss to Chicago. That first round series. 3 hits, 2 earned runs. Struck out 2. Fastball up and in. It's 1-1. 4-2 RedHawks, 2 out top of the 7th. Last fastball 92 from Gray. As Lynn continues in the Fargo-Moorhead bullpen. Misses away, and now 2 balls, 1 strike. Fargo-Moorhead hoping for at least a split to get home field advantage back in their favor, and the delivery, off-speed delivery outside. 3-1 the count. I think realistically that's what you can hope for, but the RedHawks won the 2 in Kansas City. This will be their 5th road postseason game. They have split so far 4 of them. Swing and a miss, hand them out in front. Off-speed at 78, a full count. 2-1 at home as they won the 2 with Winnipeg and the heartbreaker with Kansas City. Payoff pitch on 3-2 by Gray. It is just outside. 2-out walk. Didn't miss by much in the outer half of the plate, and Ward is on. 2-out base runner for Leo Pena. Gray came in late July to the Milkmen. First appearance against the RedHawks this season. Pena, big 2-run triple, got the scoring started for the RedHawks in the 3rd. And the delivery is a ball inside. And 1-0 the count. Leo 1 for 3. RedHawks 3 in the 1st, 1 in the 6th. Milkmen got their 2 in the third. Top of the seventh, 4-2 Fargo Moorhead. Game 2 of this American Association Championship. 1-0. Missed away. 2-0 the count. 79 miles an hour. Start to see some activity again. Another right-hander in the Milwaukee bullpen. With the extra day off Thursday, good solid 6 innings last night. The delivery to Pena, 6 solid from Schugel. And really what Miles Smith did last night, getting the final 8 outs, can't be ignored as well. That leaves the Milwaukee bullpen still a lot of reinforcements. 3-0 to Pena. Here's Silviano on deck. 2 out in the 7th in the delivery. Strike call, 3-1. A lot of these guys last year, Evaldo Pena, one of them, falls short of a championship, and that's the goal. That's ultimately what, and that basically road to the championship started about a year ago as they were eliminated 3 straight by the Monarchs. And the delivery is low ball 4 at the plate, but missed low. Back-to-back walks with 2 out. May have a pitching change coming. Trip to the mound coming out as John Silviano will hit. So a pair of 2-out walks. We'll see if they ask for the baseball here with Peyton Gray. It looks like they will. So Gray is lifted. 28 pitches and just 14 strikes. So pitching change coming here for the Milkmen. Inning and a third, 1 hit and a pair of walks, pair of 2-out walks, and a pitching change coming here for Milwaukee as like Frankie Bartow will get the call here for the Milkmen. That'll be the case. 25 Frankie Bartow, 6'3", 180-pound right-hander on for the Milkmen. Back-to-back walks with 2 out, first and second, 2 away. RedHawks 4, Milkmen 2. Top of the 7th here in Game 2 of this American Association Final. We're back after this. One of the bullpen is Frankie Bartow, the right-hander, who has been outstanding in the postseason. It'll be his 5th appearance now out of the bullpen for the Milkmen. 7 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and does have 1 win so far. Opponents are hitting just 120 against him, 3 for 25 in the postseason here. And Milkmen looking for an out, maybe a strikeout, as Bartow to face John Silviano. It's a high-level matchup here with back-to-back walks in the 7th. Fargo Moorhead had a 4-2 lead. And Silviano certainly a guy that busted open with 1 swing. John singled in the 2nd, an RBI ground out to 3rd in the 3rd, and then doubled in his last at-bats. Silviano, 4 hits here in this championship series, 2 last night, and 1 would be nice, 2 would be better. 4-2 here in the top of the 7th for the RedHawks. The walks didn't hurt the RedHawks when they surrendered those in the bottom of the 6th, and the RedHawks trying to make a couple of free passes with 2 out hurt. Ward at second. Leo Pena at first. Silviano, always dangerous, digs in. Bartow Sets and deals. Fastball strike outside corner at the knees. 0-1. 95 miles an hour. So it'll be power on power here. Silviano, 444 in the postseason. 12 hits, 9 runs batted in. And the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Silviano walks away in disgust. 94 miles an hour. If basically a bit hit both sides of the plate, he's in the hole at 2 strikes. All of 27 for the big left-hander here in the playoffs. Top hitter for the RedHawks coming in to Game 2 today and Game 8 of the postseason. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Fastball at 95. Grandstand umpires don't like it. That's 1-2. Looked like he held up. A good location on that delivery from Bartow again. Trying to pound it in inside. Lynn continues on in the bullpen for the RedHawks. A good chance we might see him in the 7th, but Reed Berlingmeyer certainly did his part. He was terrific. And the delivery. Swing, Tapper wide of 3rd and foul. Wide of Trowbridge, and still 1 ball, 2 strikes to Silviano. Last couple innings, Peace has slowed down. Fair share of base runners. We had a fairly clean 4th and 5th with both starters. Davis Feldman for Fargo Moorhead and Ben Holmes for Milwaukee Milkmen. Feldman 5+ for the RedHawks. Pitched to 2 batters in the 6th. 1-2. Fastball missed away, 2-2. Line for Feldman, by the way, 5+ innings, 6 hits. 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. In line to win it if the RedHawks bullpen can get the final 9 outs. Now 2-2 to Silviano. Bartow checks Ward at 2nd and deals. Fastball in the dirt. Smothered nicely by Sanchez, full counts. A traveling time for the base runners. Anthony Renz telling Ward and Pena, you are free to get a head start. Big pitch here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Silviano has worked the count full after falling behind at 0-2. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. Bartow Sats payoff pitch. It is low and away. Ball 4. They're loaded with 2 out. Heck of an at-bat there from Silviano. Falling behind at 0-2 and patient at-bat. Discernible eye at the plate, and they're loaded. 3 walks have loaded them up. 2 away from Manny Boscan. Boscan 0 for 3. Fielder's choice in the first. Couple of ground ball outs to the right side. 1 to first in the 3rd. 2nd to first in the 6th. Boscan come through again. 6 hits in the postseason. 2 home runs. Went deep against Winnipeg in Game 3 a week ago Saturday. 3 on to the delivery. Low and in, ball 1. Now no place to put him here for Frankie Bartow, the 25-year-old right-hander. 7 1/3 innings, 9 strikeouts. That walk issued just his 2nd walk in 7 1/3 here in the postseason. Base is full of RedHawks and a 1-0 count to Boscan. Sanchez sets up outside corner, late swing and a miss. It's 1-1. 95 on that fastball. That's about where he has topped off at so far. 94, 95. looking for anything if you're the RedHawks. Base hit, another walk, bloop, blast, whatever it is. Use your favorite baseball term. If it could get another run or two across, the visitors would gladly accept it. 1-1, and the delivery. Inside, 2-1 the count. Depending on what happens going forward, look at that at bat to Silviano. Facing a hard-throwing right-hander like that. Tried to go inside on 0-2 and missed, and Silviano won that battle working out a walk. 3 2-out walks have filled him up here in the top of the 7th inning. Now 2-1 to Boscan. Outfield straight away. And the pitch. Sliced down the left field line towards the corner. Hit well, but foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not quite home run distance, but hit well and out of play left side. 2-2 to Boscan. Stayed back on that delivery from Frankie Bartow and served it foul. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming. Pitch number 12 coming for Bartow. Deuces wild on 2-2. Ward at third, Pena at second, and Silviano at first. Right-hander set at the chest, and the delivery popped up down the left field line. Foul ground. Long run for Hill. Trowbridge over there, and that ball just foul. Just a few feet foul, dropped in play down the left field line. Still 2-2. A long run for both Hill and Trowbridge. Trowbridge went a long ways to try and chase after that ball, as it did land several feet in foul territory. Two balls, 2 strikes. With every pitch, intensity ramped up a little more. You can feel it among the crowd here at Franklin Field. 2-2. Bartow deals. Ground ball wide of first and foul. Let's try it one more time. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming. Still 2-2 to Manny Boscan. Scott in the regular season, 12 at-bats with the bases loaded. Does not have a grand slam. 12 runs batted in. And he was 301 with runners in scoring position in the regular season as well. 2-2, and the delivery is just maybe outside, maybe a hair low. It's ball 3. You can start up the merry-go-round one more time. All the base runners can get rolling with 2 out. Boy, that did not miss by much. You could have made a case for strike 3 at the knees. Strike 3 outside corner. The Milkmen got neither. 3-2. So here we go. So far, 7 pitch at bat. Boscan and Bartow. Pitch number 8 coming. And the runners can get rolling once he releases it. There they go. The delivery, line drive to left. Fair ball to left field corner. This might clean the bases off. 2-run scoring. Silviano coming up lame at third, and he will stop there as Boscan a 2-run double. It's 6-2 Fargo Moorhead, but Silviano coming up lame as he got to third and had to stop right there. But Manny Boscan delivers a 2-run double, and the RedHawks have a 6-2 lead in the 7th. Right now, Silviano grabbing an ankle as the runners were off with 2 out, and had he not pulled up lame, he would have scored as well, as he was getting to third and pulled up lame. So I don't know if it's an ankle, maybe a cramp, or whatever the case may be. The RedHawks get 2 instead of 3, and that's going to get Nick Novak into the game. So that's going to be it for John Silviano, as Nick Novak will come in and run at third, and it looks like he was grabbing an ankle, looked like his right ankle. As with the runners off, Boscan hitting one to the left field corner, scoring 2, and as Silviano hadn't got quite to third base, he pulled up lame and had to pretty much park himself at third base. So I don't know if if he turned an ankle or what exactly happened, but he is limping, and step for step with him is RedHawks trainer Tom Hoskins. And he is done for the afternoon. So kind of a bittersweet moment there. RedHawks get the hit they were looking for from Boscan, but see one of their leaders pull up lame at third base. And Tom Hoskins there step for step with him, and he's not moving real quick. Every step looks like it's not as great as the last one. As he will see if he'll head to the dugout, or if they will. Yeah, they will head to the dugout here. So Nick Novak will stay in the game. He'll run at third. On the bright side, the RedHawks have their biggest lead of the afternoon at 6-2 and Silviano heading into the dugout, and they will evaluate him further. Alec Olin to single, a big hit in his last at bat. Close the book on Gray now. The delivery inside and missed in ball one. Inning and a third for Peyton Gray. 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 runs allowed. One ball to count here to Olin. With Novak running now at third, the delivery, check swing, and missed down and in. 2-0 the count. So, like it used to say on the Metrodome scoreboard, walks will haunt, and boy, they certainly have here, as RedHawks got out of trouble after a pair of walks in the last of the 6, but all this has happened with 2 out. One highlight last night, 2 out runs for the Milkmen, and here Fargo-Moorhead picking up a couple late. Now 6-2 here in the 7th. There's a couple more out there to be had. The delivery, check swing, and a strike, called strike. Now to Olin, 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch they didn't get to Boscan on 2-2. It easily could have been rung up for strike 3, extended the at-bat, and man, oh Manny Boscan made it hurt. 2-1 pitch. Tapper slowly hit down the third base line. That will scoot foul as Trowbridge scoops it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another base hit can really kick the door open with 9 outs to get. So it looks like Lind is ready for the 7th if need be for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. And he's had a lot of time to get loosened up as this top of the 7th all of a sudden has taken a while as Correa and Maris retired to start the inning. 3 walks and a double. And the RedHawks now a 4-run lead at 6-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bartow sets and deals. Got him, swing and a miss. At 94 miles an hour and a fastball, strike 3. That ends the inning. But not before a pair of 2-out runs from Fargo-Moorhead. 2-run double from Manny Boscan, but unfortunately John Silviano looked like could potentially be an ankle injury as he pulled up lame at third. 2 runs on a hit, no errors, 2 stranded. It's time to get up and stretch him out. 7th inning stretch time here at Franklin Field in Franklin, Wisconsin. Game 2 of the American Association Championship Series. Biggest lead for the Hawks now, 6-2 Fargo-Moorhead. This is American Association Championship Baseball.
I was kind of thinking that. I didn't want to say that, but I wonder. Right, exactly. So I didn't want to go there. That could be because he was trying to move to third and he just pulled up lame and he just kind of crawled his way to third. Luke Lynn, come on down.
North Dakota one call to the bullpen as Luke Lind is on for the RedHawks, his first appearance of the championship series. 6'6", 225-pound right-hander. Berlingmeyer faced all three, or struck out all three batters he faced to get out of a sixth-inning jam. He inherited two base runners and left him there. 6-2 now, Fargo-Moorhead now with the lead. 9 outs to get to make it an even series and turn a best of 5 essentially into a best of 3. Game 3 Tuesday night. Hope to see you out there at Newman Outdoor Field. 6:30 first pitch, FMRedHawks.com. You can get your tickets if you haven't done so already. Defensive changes for the RedHawks. Nick Novak, who came in to run for Silviano. Novak's in left field. That will move Oland to right now. So that defensive change for the RedHawks. And Novak will hit in the number 4 spot in the batting order. Carl Chester, 8-9-1 of the batting order here for the Milwaukee Milkmen. Chester, a couple of fly ball outs to right. The delivery by Lind, it is a strike, 0-1. Something to keep in mind with Silviano's, he looked to be an ankle injury. You wonder if that may have occurred with that collision he had with Maris on that foul pop-up, actually hit by Chester in the second. You wonder if it might have happened then and he was trying to play through it. That I don't know for sure, but it's worth a thought. 1-1. Lind deals. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 1 hit for the Milkmen since the 3rd, and that was Torres double with 2 out in the 5th. 1-2 pitch. Fouled up over the netting and nearly into the press box, nearly into the adjoining booth. They have the radio booths. Home booth just off to our right, and the main press box beyond that, and it nearly landed in there. Gotten a few into the booth at Newman Outdoor over 2.5 decades. 1-2 in the pitch. He can get up there in a hurry. Fly ball right center. Hit well but playable, as it'll be Olin to call off Evan Alexander, and Alec Olin the catch. Down to 8 outs to go. 1 away in the 7th. Jeremiah Burke's the batter. Singled in the 3rd. Scored on Torres' triple. And flying out to Silviano in his last at bat. Lind deals. 92 on a fastball. Got the plate in half, strike 1. Here's the delivery. Boy, off speed. Changing speeds on that one. Went from 92 to 74. That's a change of pace. 1-1 the count to the 9-hitter Jeremiah Burks. Torres on deck. RedHawks 6-2 lead at Milwaukee here in the last of the 7th. Game 2 of this championship series. Missing low and away on that delivery. Lind, and 2 balls and 1 strike. Glad you're with us, whether it's on 740 The Fan, American Association Baseball TV. September, Sunday, baseball. Yes, yes, and yes. Here as we get into the championship series. Fly ball center field playable. Alexander gliding over into right center. Waits and has it. 2 down. Well, for Fargo-Moorhead, you were the architect of a playoff series, and this is how you do it. Get an early lead. Starting pitcher gets the job done. Get that lead into the 6th and 7th and rely on that bullpen. Well, so far, that blueprint is now 7 outs away from a win. And an even series once again. Pitch to Torres. Down low for ball 1. Pair of extra base hits for Torres. 2 hits today. RBI triple back in the 3rd. Double in the 5th. All 2 inside. 91. And now 2-0. Joe Jones up in the Fargo-Moorhead bullpen right now. And the delivery. Foul back to the netting, 2-1. So Lynn perhaps for the 7th. Jones for the 8th. Maybe Dubourg for the 9th. Stay tuned on that. 2-1 the count. But follow this team close enough that might certainly be how they try and get the last handful of outs. Delivery from Lind. Ooh, just missed. Where did that miss? Maybe Heim, probably more so outside, but not by much. 3-1 the count. A little over 2:45, 2 hours 47 minutes so far here in the bottom of the 7th inning. From Franklin Field, the delivery. Swing, line drive, right center field, and down for a base hit. 3rd hit for Torres is like the high bounce on the turf as Olin had to leave his feet to field it. And Torres a home run shy of a cycle with his 3rd hit today. And out comes Anthony Wren, so Lynn get a chance to face Logan Trowbridge. We will see. Jones still continuing to loosen up in the bullpen for Fargo-Moorhead. So we will see if a change is imminent. Doesn't look like it right now. I think it's just maybe conversation with the infield and Correa on this one. And I think unless Lynn would get into further damage here, that 4-run lead just one on. And one more out to get here in the 7th. They might be stalling a little bit just to give Jones a few more pitches, but the pace is slowed down to the pen for Jones, so that conference coming to a halt. It's me, Hugh Edwards, home plate umpire, out to say, boys, let's break this up. Trowbridge 1 for 3, RBI single back in the 3rd. And grounded out to first in his last at bat against Feldman in the 5th. Lynn 229 during the regular season with runners on base. The delivery, oh, good pitch there. Swing and a miss, had him out in front for strike 1. It's 0-1. Runner at first, 2 out, last of the 7th. Fargo-Moorhead a 6-2 advantage. Luke Lynn from Buckeye, Arizona, sets and deals. It is a strike at the knees. Boy, Trowbridge quickly turning back and exchanging words with Mayhew Edwards. 1-1. You might hear that Milkmen crowd a little bit as well. Second appearance of the postseason for Lynn. Hasn't pitched since game 1 in Winnipeg on September 7th. Gave up 2 hits and a run and 1 inning of work. Chris Cole's talked about sometimes there's guys you lean on real heavy in the postseason, and sometimes your outings are real sporadic. So Luke Lind hasn't pitched in quite a while, well over a week. In fact, 11 days. Pitch that one. He has a ball and it's 1-2. Kendra on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. Set by Lind. Long pause and deals in the dirt, smothered nicely by catcher Correa. The count now even at 2-2 as we approach 4 o'clock hours. Lind against Milwaukee this year. 3 appearances, 1 save, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. So he has been effective, and that was early in the year against the Milkmen. Lynn steps off. Trowbridge ready to dig back in. One more time, set by Lynn, 2-2. Here it comes, fouled away. We'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6-2 RedHawks here in the bottom of the 7th. The RedHawks gave 2 back to the Milkmen when they scored 3 in the 3rd. Erlingmeyer picked up Feldman with 3 consecutive strikeouts, and Lynn trying to put up another goose egg here. Here in the 7th. Torres off of first. Bolskan to hold on outside. Missed well outside at 91, 3-2. So traveling time here for Torres. And perhaps this might be the last batter that Lynn faces. Good or bad result for Fargo-Moorhead. As Jones looks like he's ready in the FM bullpen. Payoff pitch, inside, ball 4. 2 on, 2 out. Here's Kenger. And no movement from the Fargo-Moorhead dugout. I think they would ultimately like to see Lynn get through the 7th, and home plate umpire Mayhew Edwards out to talk with Lind. There's Correa out there as well, so I don't know if it was something to do with maybe just checking on Luke, see if he's okay, or if there's something else, but apparently all is well. Kenger singled, stole a base in the 1st, wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd, and walked in the 6th. Well, 2 out walks hurt the Milkmen in the top half of the 7th. Fargo-Moorhead trying to return the favor, perhaps. The delivery, off-speed delivery, good pitch, inside corner. There's strike 1. At 76 miles an hour. And it's 0-1. Alexander playing Kenger maybe at 2-3 steps into right center as he coming in a few steps with the pitch. Olin straight away in right. And the delivery. Popped him up, maybe playable. Out goes Dexter. Long run. Nick Novak making the call and makes the catch on the run in shallow left center. The inning is over. Not sure if Dexter saw that right away, but Novak really taking charge from left field, sprinting in to make the catch. The 2 out walks do not hurt. Scoreless 7th for Luke Lynn for the Milkmen. In the bottom of the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors. They strand 2 through 7. Fargo-Moorhead 6 outs to go to try and even up the series here in Game 2, the American Association Championship Series. RedHawks 6, Milkmen 2. This is American Association Championship Baseball.
All right, sweet. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's... He can't go. How does that tweak the lineup?
Kyle Huckabee on for his second appearance of the championship series. Faced 3 batters, retired 1 last night. Gave up the lone RedHawks run. It was an unearned run as he becomes the 5th pitcher of the afternoon for the Milwaukee Milkmen. 6-2 in favor of Fargo Moorhead. The lefty Huckabee, 5'10", 180 pounds. Previously with Kane County. We're talking during the break about Silviano left the game, looked like an ankle injury. Pulled up at third base on Boscan's double. If he can't go Tuesday, we'll see. Got an off day. Hopefully he can give it a go, but if he can't, how does it affect the lineup that Fargo Moorhead can throw out there? Alexander, lefty to lefty matchup here to start things in the 8th, and a swing and a miss by Evans, strike 1. Alexander 0 for 3, popped to first in his first at bat. On the order here with Dexter and Correa in the 8th. 6-2 Fargo Moorhead. As it has become a bullpen game as we thought it would be from basically the 6th on out, the RedHawks bullpen has had the upper hand. Berlingmeyer, check. Lind, check. And we'll see if Joe Jones is next. Bartow, a third of an inning. Gave up 1 hit. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Pair of inherited runners scoring, an inside hit him on a 2-strike pitch, and Alexander plucked by that delivery. So Huckabee hits him on a 2-strike pitch. Huckabee, this is his 3rd appearance of the postseason. He's gone 1 inning, 1 hit. Couple of walks and now a hit batsman. Here's Sam Dexter. 0 for 3, flying to left in his last at bat. Huckabee sets and deals. Bunt is on, bunted back towards the mound. Huckabee, 1 play to first and made for the out. Nice bunt there, back basically ball fielded between at the halfway point between the mound and home plate. So 1-3 on the play as home plate umpire hustling over to talk with Huckabee. And that'll bring up Christian Correa. Was walked, struck out, popped to third, 0 for 2. Walked and came around to score in the 3rd inning. Major League Baseball scoreboard. Twins beat the Guardians 3-0 behind Joe Ryan and get game 4 of that 5-game series. They finish up tomorrow afternoon in Cleveland. Ryan, Giovanni Moran, Johan Duran. Duran picks up the save. 3-0 the final score is Minnesota. Their last gasp, but they will not gain any ground as far as the total series. A 5-gamer, they lost the first 3, including a doubleheader yesterday. 1 strike to Correa in the delivery. Christian, a drive down the right field line. Into foul territory. That'll drop in foul ground. 5 kids over there in that berm as it landed just shy of the berm, but Carl Chester flipping the ball up to one of those young fans, and 2 strikes now to Correa. So Alexander at second, a hit batsman on a sacrifice, getting him there with 1 out. The RedHawks would not be choosy. They could certainly take 1 more run. 6-2, RedHawks 3 in the 3rd. 1 in the 6th and an Olin single, 2 and a Manny Boscan double in the 7th. That is pulled to left, and that's fair for a base hit. Could be extra bases. It'll score Alexander. Correa will hold up at first. Good for an RBI single. 7-2 RedHawks. Correa comes up big there with a solid base knock, and the RedHawks add on here in the 8th. Back to the top of the order now, and Peter Maris. 0 for 4 for Maris. Grounded to second in his last at bat. Lefty to lefty, Huckabee deals. Foul off to the left, now to play for strike one. Milwaukee bullpen quiet, and Jones was up earlier, and it's like that's Big Joe Jones up again in the Fargo-Moorhead bullpen, and it is. So looks like he will get the eighth inning, and we'll have at least a 5-run lead to work with. And the delivery, Maris a drive, left field, Hill back, still chasing, has it measured, and a step in front of the warning track hauls it in for out number 2. Two away for Ward. Pair of doubles for Drew today as Olin 2 hits. Ward a pair of hits. Fargo-Moorhead now with 9. And the delivery. Overhand delivery. Ward kind of bailing out early, and a strike 0-1. 67 miles an hour, and a slow breaking pitch starting in, and forced Ward to kind of turn away and dropped in right beautifully in the strike zone. 0-1 the count. So Correa at first with 2 down. Extends on that lead. Strike 0-2. Kendra not holding on with him. He's telling Correa, you can go as far as you want. I'll let you. 0-2. The third base side of the rubber. Huckabee deals. Correa goes, pitches a ball, and he takes second base. Stolen base for Correa. They opted not to hold him on, and he said, fine, I'll take off. No throws. Had a huge lead, took off, and steals second. So Correa the stolen base. RedHawks pulled off a double steal last night with Dexter and Alexander. 1-2 now. See if Ward can come through again on the delivery. Slow curve, drops low. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. You see that slow breaking pitch in the high 60s, 67, 68 miles an hour or so, and Ward got wise to him there as he held off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, outfield straight away. Torres, fairly deep and straight away center field. And the pitch on 2-2, a drive foul down the left field line and out of play. And count rides along at 2-2. There have been opportunities at times where the RedHawks with leads have not been able to add on. Go back to game 1 against Kansas City, and it cost them, but that has not been the case. 4 runs here in the last 3 innings after a 3-2 game through 5, and they've been able to just pick away a little at a time here at 7-2. Jammed him with a fly ball left center here. Torres or Hill. It'll be Hill the call in left center and makes the catch, and the side retired. RedHawks get a run in the inning, a run on a hit. Correa comes through with a big hit. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 1 stranded through 7.5. Game 2 of this American Association Championship Series. Now Fargo-Moorhead leading 7-2 over Milwaukee. This is RedHawks playoff baseball. Call to the bullpen here for Fargo-Moorhead, as it will be North Dakota 1 call a call to the pen. Big Joe Jones, the right-hander, is on his 5th playoff appearance. He's 1-0, 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits surrendered, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. As Jones 1-0 with a win in relief. So a scoreless 7th for Lind. 1 inning for Lind, 1 hit, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. But he handled the 7th. Joe Jones for the 8th, and the lead now at 7-2. Jones gets through the 8th as it Alex Dubourg in the 9th. Again, stay tuned for that. 4, 5, and 6 for the Milkmen here in the last of the 8th inning. We've kind of been in and out of some sunshine, and right now, really fairly clear skies, few clouds here and there, but in and out of some sun and a pleasant Sunday afternoon. We reach the low 80s here in southeastern Wisconsin. It's like a pretty nice day back home in Fargo-Moorhead as well. Strike 1 to Barnum. 0 for 2, walked in his last plate appearance after a pair of hits last night. Here's a drive to left and deep. That one's on its way and long gone for Barnum. Over the berm and onto the parking lot in left center field. An opposite field homer as he takes Joe Jones deep. 7-3 RedHawks. Second time he's taken an extra base hit to the opposite field here in this championship series, and there was no doubt about it. In fact, Nick Novak, that was a center cut fastball, it looked like, and Barnum taking that the other ways. He just turned around and watched it depart. So 7-3. Miguel Gomez, 0 for 3, including a pair of strikeouts. Jones, breaking pitch at 82 for strike 1. Big righty comes back and deals. Oh, high fastball coming in on Gomez, and like to have that swing back. 2/3 of a swing and a miss there, and it's 2 strikes. He came hard inside on him that time. Second homer that Jones has surrendered here in the postseason for the RedHawks. The second home run of the series for the Milkmen. Hard hit ball to first. Boscan flips to Jones covering, and will retire Gomez for out number 1. 5 outs to play for Fargo-Moorhead. Here's Aaron Hill. Single back of the first, 1 for 3 this afternoon. Jones sets, slings that one in, drops that arm angle, and down low for ball 1. And Alex Dubourg to loosen up now, or not quite there, but there's a drive in the right center field by Hill. Coming on, Alexander has to check up on it, base hit. Makes the big bounce off the turf, and Hill has his second hit into right center. Dubourg starting to pace the bullpen and starting to get perhaps loosened up, or will shortly for the RedHawks. Is base hit for Hill. Still some work to do here for the Milkmen, but so far a home run and a single off Jones in the 8th. Bring up Hector Sanchez. 0 for 3, struck out, was the last of 3 strikeout victims of one Reed Burlingmeyer to get out of the 6th inning jam. Go back to that key point in the game, 4-2. Back-to-back walks by Feldman, brought in Burlingmeyer. Slider down low for ball 1 at 82. Certainly a double play candidate here if Sanchez could roll one over. Dexter playing back at short. Boscan to hold on with Hill at first base. Joe Jones sets. And the delivery downstairs at 95 on a fastball. It's 2-0. Have some wiggle room right now if you're Fargo Moorhead, is still a 4-run lead. Still would need a couple more base runners to get that tying run to the plate. No need to make yourselves uncomfortable. 2-0. Jones deals. Inside 3-0 the count. That has been the case with Joe Jones all season long. Is he's got great stuff, but command has been an issue. Jones against the Milkmen this year. 2 appearances, 3 innings, allowing 2 runs and 2 hits with 1 walk. 3-0. Taking all the way. And ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Sanchez, and that'll get Anthony Renz out for a visit. So the tying run now on deck is Jones. So far 2 hits and a walk allowed, just 1 batter retired in the first 4 he has faced here in the last of the 8th inning, and a very brief conversation by Anthony Renz, and the batter is Carl Chester. Now you're getting to the bottom of the order here. And Dubord is starting to loosen up right now in the Fargo Moorhead bullpen. So right now 5 outs to get. Tying run on deck. So we may soon find out how short the leash is for Joe Jones here to, I don't know whether how long he'll stay in this one for the RedHawks. He's the 4th pitcher of the afternoon for Fargo Moorhead. They used 5 last night. McGovern and 4 relievers. And the delivery. Fastball way outside, ball 1 at 96. 5+ for Feldman. Berlingmeyer fanned all 3 batters he faced to get out of the 6th. Luke Lynn, the 7th, surrendered a hit and a walk. One 1-0 now to Carl Chester. 3 fly ball outs to right for the Milwaukee right fielder. Sunshine has returned here at Franklin Field. The delivery missed low and away. It's 2-0. Thirteen pitches for Jones, just 6 strikes. Alexander will shade Chester 3-4 steps into right center, medium deep, high ball 3. Jeremiah Burks on deck. As Dubord continues to warm up in the RedHawks bullpen. Now the first base line. 3-0 now to Carl Chester. Jones and a strike. Taking all the way at 95, 3-1. So get me over strike. Continues the plate appearance here for Chester. Meantime, some activity now in the Milwaukee bullpen. Right-hander up. 3-1. Strike 2. Chester was headed to first and turns back and has a word with Mayhew Edwards. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now he had drawn ball 4, but a strike at the knees, 3-2, and out the runners would be moving here with 1 out in the 8th. 7-3 RedHawks. Milwaukee threatening here against the big right-hander Joe Jones. 3-2, check of the runner at second. Jones deals, ground ball to third, sliding stop Pena to second for 1. Turn on to first, not in time, but they do get an out. Sliding stop by Pena as they get Sanchez at second for out number 2. And that'll bring up Jeremiah Burks. Burks flying to left, 1 for 3. Knocked in a run last night on a broken bat single. As Hill now at third. Carl Chester, the base runner, at first. First and third, 2 down. The delivery by Jones, low, ball 1. So if Burks would reach, then it's back to Torres in the top of the order, who has 3 hits today. So again, you wonder, depending good or bad, if this will be the last batter that Jones would face. Chew on that for a moment. 1-0 the delivery. Missed inside. It's ball 2, 95. Missed on the black of the inside corner from Jones. It's now 2 balls, no strikes. Burks is 4 for 20 in the postseason. That lone RBI coming last night. Fastball strike. Outside corner at 95. Throw back to third. They got him at third. They picked him off at third base to end the inning. Aaron Hill wasn't looking, and Correa picked him off of third. Hill barking from afar with third base umpire J.J. January, and the inning comes to a close just like that right there. A snap throw by Correa, and they caught Hill a couple of steps off of third base. He did not go back in with a slide. He really wasn't that far off the bag to begin with, but Correa picked him off. And a huge out, and that bails out Joe Jones and the RedHawks in the 8th inning. They get 1, but the pickoff of third, beyond huge. 3 outs to go for Fargo-Moorhead in game 2. We're through 8 as Milwaukee in the last half of the 8th, getting the home run from Barnum. A run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left to the 9th. 7-3 RedHawks. This is American Association Championship Baseball. First appearance of the championship series and first appearance of the postseason. Jake Mathis, number 9, the right-hander on. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the RedHawks. Milwaukee, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. But that pickoff play, Correa to Pena to take care of Hill. And we were thinking ahead, thinking, boy, if Torres comes up with a chance to be the tying run, we'll never know now. Christian Correa said, I'm not going to let that happen. So Mathis to Pena, who walked in his last plate appearance. First pitch of the 9th. Strike 1 at 89 miles an hour. Huckabee 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, hit a batter. Didn't Walker strike anybody out, but that hit batsman, as Pena hits a 1-hopper out to short, fielded cleanly by Burks. On to first, 1 out the 9th. So Jones gets through the 8th, and DuBois still, pace is slowing down, but still getting loose in the RedHawks bullpen. So even though it will not be a save situation, the 9th looks like it will be his. Nick Novak hitting for the first time, as he came in to replace John Silviano. If you just joined us, Silviano pulled up lame at third base as Manny Boscani, two-run double back in the seventh, and Silviano was holding his ankle as he checked up at third base. Ball one to Novak. So Novak, one of these Swiss Army knives of the RedHawks, coming in, and now in left field. Novak swings a high drive to right, playable for Chester. Back now in, waits, two-handed catch for out number two. Two down here in the ninth. And that'll bring up Manny Boscan. Sanchez talking to Boscan, telling him, hey, get the box. I think that's what it was. And he was taking his time. Big hit for Manny. 2 out, 2-run double. Helped to break things open to the seventh. Mathis delivers, strike one. Mathis, local product from Milwaukee. Played collegiately at Angelo State in Texas. I believe that's still a Division II school. I can remember NDSU playing them in football back in the 90s. Mathis, his first appearance. He's not pitched since September 2nd. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. A 9-6 win over the Gary South Shore Railcats. 7-7 during the regular season. Sidearm delivery dribbled foul off the front of the Fargo Moorhead first base dugout. 7-7. 22 appearances, 9 starts, ERA over 6. And has to get through the ninth here. It'll be the top of the order for the Milkmen when we get to the bottom of the ninth inning. The delivery is outside. It is now a ball and 2 strikes. RedHawks 7, Milkmen 3 here in the top of the ninth. Milwaukee winning 7-1 last night in game 1. The 1-2. Flip foul. Over the bullpen and out of play. Third base side. Past the 3-hour mark on this one. Actually approaching 3.5 here. I guess you consider this a getaway day on a Sunday. You always think Sunday, getaway day. More of this series to come with these two teams. Game 3 moves to Fargo. Tuesday night, 6:30 at Newman Outdoor. Boscan, base hit through the hole, and a base hit into right field. Boscan, a 2-hit afternoon. Hit number 10 now for the RedHawks. And that'll bring up Olin. Started in left, now in right field, as he has a 2-hit afternoon going as well. 3 hits here in the postseason. 3 hits in this championship series with a base hit last night. First appearance for Mathis against the RedHawks here in 2022. Olin hits a high fly ball to right. Chester has it measured in, now back, waits, and has it, and the side retired. RedHawks down here in the top of the ninth. 2-out single from Boscan, nothing more. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 stranded. It will be Alex Dubois to come out to try and get the final 3 outs and even this best-of-5 series. Top of the order for the Milkmen when we return after 8.5. Game 2 for the Miles Wolff Cup, the American Association Championship Series. RedHawks 7, Milkmen 3. This is RedHawks Playoff Baseball.
Okay. Alex Dubourg trying to get the final 3 outs. It is not a save situation, but Dubourg, who was not available Monday against Kansas City, but came back strong. As he is 1-0, 2 appearances against the Milkmen this year and in the postseason. Dubourg, 4 appearances, 2 saves, 5 scoreless innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. 3 outs to go. Top of the order for the Milkmen here in the bottom of the 9th in Game 2 of this American Association Championship Series. And won't be a correction, 9-1-2 on that, as Burks was at the plate when Hill was picked off. So 9-1-2 on that. We were anticipating maybe Torres getting a chance in the 8th. That did not happen. So Burke starts with a clean count and against a different pitcher. Hit the line for Joe Jones for you in a moment. And the pitch. Up and in. Buzz the tower and a fastball, and it's 1-0. Inning for Jones, 2 hits, 1 walk. And a huge pickoff. Assisted him as well. Thank you, Christian Correa. 1-0 the delivery. It is a strike, 1-1. That is the one thing, as you get back to the top of the order, especially with Torres and Trowbridge. If you're Dubourg, you're going to face them with some cushion here. 4-run lead. Here's the 1-1. Foul off to the right, now to play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fargo-Moorhead is out hit Milwaukee 10-9. Three more outs to go for the RedHawks. A best of 5 would essentially become a best of 3 and would guarantee a 4th game for sure at Newman Outdoor. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Changing speeds, breaking pitch at 82 and 1 away here in the 9th. Ryan Torres, a 3-hit afternoon. He's a home run shy of the cycle, singled back in the 7th, 3 for 4. And now just under 300 here in the playoffs for Milwaukee at 296. Alexander will shade Torres into the opposite field. Several steps into left center. Dubourg deals, popped up, first pitch. Out in the right center field, carrying well. Alexander over, takes charge, has it, 2 down. So Dubourg gets, always tough. Torres on 1 pitch. 1 out to go here for Fargo-Moorhead. It'll be Logan Trowbridge to hit. Trowbridge walked back in the 7th against Luke Lind. 1 for 3 today. An RBI single back in the 3rd. Runs batted in from Milwaukee. Torres a triple in the 3rd, followed by a Trowbridge single, and then Keon Barnum's long opposite field home run off Jones in the 8th. The Fargo South product, Alex Dubourg, he is 1 out away, allowing his team to even up the series. Strike 1. At 94 from Dubourg, and it's 0-1. Peyton Wigginton will go for Fargo-Moorhead in Game 3. Ryan Zimmerman scheduled starter for the Milkmen. 6:30 Tuesday night at Newman Outdoor Field. Ground ball to the right side. Diving stop. Boscan gets up. Flip to Dubourg covering in time. Ball game. And the series is even up at 1 apiece. Fargo-Moorhead wins it. A quick turnaround of the RedHawks build the early lead. Add on late. Bullpen gets the job done. A big pickoff from Correa. And it's now best of 3 as a split here in Milwaukee. Fargo-Moorhead wins it. A 1-2-3 inning for Alex Dubourg. And the RedHawks will head back home, even up at 1 apiece. 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th for the Milkmen. Game 3 coming up Tuesday night back at home at Newman Outdoor Field. And Game 4 will be Wednesday evening as well. Post-game report coming up next. We'll
Visit with RedHawks manager Chris Coase. Final score, Game 2 belongs to the RedHawks. Fargo-Moorhead 7, Milwaukee 3. Post-game in a moment. This is RedHawks playoff baseball.
Okay, perfect. What does that mean? Okay.
That was a huge strikeout from Reed Burlingmeyer, the Fargo-Moorhead bullpen with Burlingmeyer, Luke Lind, Joe Jones, and finally Alex Dubourg as manager Chris Coase joining us from down to the field. And boy, if you got a blueprint for a game, get an early lead. Feldman got you through 5 strong, let the bullpen take care of it. You add on a blueprint and a win, and it's, well, 1-1 heading back home. Yep, absolutely. Like he picked you up in Kansas City in relief in 5 solid innings there. He got you at least into the 6th inning. John Silviano, was it that first off? Is it an ankle? First off, that looked like he turned. What's the status there? Okay.